Cheers,
guys,
boys.
We gotta be big boys. No face.
No face. Word up. So
No
we're
face.
back.
Yo, Prost. Eye contact. Prost.
Prost.
Bro, let's
Cheers,
get this
boys.
post,
Solid.
boys.
And we're back.
Welcome back to the Post Party Cyph. I think that's the first time we've drinking hard liquor on the podcast.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, fuck. I said no face and then I made a face. 89's covering it up with his mask.
Oh, he's doing that thing again where he wears a mask for 30 seconds.
I don't blame
Mine
him,
went
though.
down the wrong pipe, so
Oh, yeah?
I'm forced to cough.
Yeah,
Yo.
no.
Nah, Cam just got...
Dude, remember
Rona.
that happened in the lake house? I breathed the booze in the bathroom and I just started like, because it went down my nose and throat. I was just like,
Yeah, that sounds literally fucking awful.
Probably one of the worst beverages to have go down the wrong pipe is alcohol.
oh yeah.
It's literally alcohol, dude.
No, yeah. We're getting clean now.
True.
Trump said chug tequila, but we don't have to listen to a fucking thing that motherfucker says anymore.
Wait, he said chug tequila? We could listen to that one.
Yo,
that one's okay.
Imagine if he was just like, yo, chug tequila, the fucking virus will go away. And everyone was just like, okay, say less,
shit.
bro, I got you.
That sounds better than the bleach.
died of alcohol poisoning.
Ah, 89, you put your mask down.
Yeah, man.
Are you exposing us or are you,
Mask off.
coronavirus free?
Oh, I'm straight, man. So I got my results back as of Tuesday last week. Is when I got tested. I got the results back on Thursday. Saliva test. South Cranford.
Negative.
South Cranford, New Jersey. I'm negative.
Woo! I'm also coronavirus negative. I just got tested last week. My mom got coronavirus.
What'd you get tested at?
I went to my doctor, which let
You went to
me...
a private joint?
Yeah, it made me feel really weird, to be honest with you. Because I walked in, and I was like, oh, I'm going to get my test. All right, here we go. Let's do this. And then I walked out, and I was like, but wait. So somebody who does have coronavirus, though, was just in here and touched the same doorknobs I touched and was sitting in the same room I just sat in. I was like, maybe I don't have that shit, but somebody who does just was here. Like, I don't know if that system is 100% foolproof yet. You know what I mean?
Definitely isn't.
Like, it's very weird.
Especially because people are in droves, like, I gotta go to the Thanksgiving, so they all like rush to the same spot.
Right.
They're like, just like.
Imagine you go to your private doctor for like the test, and he's like, "All right, drop your pants," and you're like, "What?" He's like, "Drop your pants and cough." I'm like, "All right."
Haven't you seen the news? We stick this Q-tip up your asshole. I'm like,
And he
oh,
was like,
shit.
yeah, you're probably fine.
You got the nose joint, right?
Yeah, the nose joint. I explained when I got back from the test. 89 was like, so what's the test like? I was like, well, it's like this pretty much. They take a very long wooden Q-tip and they stick it up your nose, like to the point where you don't think it can go any further.
What?
And then they stick it a little bit further than that, and you're like,
Oh, yeah.
whoa. And then they twist it around for a little bit. It sounds worse than it is, but it definitely is just like my mouth involuntarily opened up, and I was like,
No, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was such an autopilot response, too. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I got that done.
Sounds
Yeah.
like
But the whole time she was like, I'm sorry, and just like twisted in my nose.
You did the nose joint too?
Yeah.
I did the saliva joint.
sounds like a
did?
regular Tuesday night to me.
He's like, I go home, I do that to myself.
I fucking have my doctor's like this this stoic Russian lady, and there was no her being like, I'm sorry. It was just her being like, you don't want coronavirus? This is how you find out you don't have coronavirus. I'm just like, fuck, all right, lady, just
I don't want to know.
take that shit out my nose. Dude, I told you guys, I pulled up to the parking lot with my mom, and my mom's like, Angel, if I'm like complaining, I'm like, yo, this sucks. If I find out I have coronavirus, like, you know, I can't even work, or like I can't make money, like, you know, the way Americans have been thinking about the virus this whole time. And I'm just like, it sucks. I'm so scared to find out if I have it or not, but I want to know. And my mom like very openly like looked at me and was like, if you don't want to go in, you don't have to go in. I was like, what? She was like, I'm being 100% honest with you. If you do not want to find out, it's okay. You can stay in the car. I was like, Mom, no, I have to go in and find out. We're
Right.
here. I was like, what are you talking about? But I think that's just like to show like, because my mom like had it,
real.
and she was just like, bro, when you have it, you're stigmatized. No one wants to like be around you or anything. I'm like, yeah, you're a leper now, Mom. You're fucking
You're
coronavirus,
infected.
bro. But yeah, I'm glad everyone here is safe.
Yeah, by transitive
Yeah, dude.
property, I'm assuming I'm good because you both tested negative.
Yeah,
we all
sure.
run this under the
We're just
same
gonna go with
roof.
that.
dude.
There's
We're gonna
people-
go
You
with
guys
that.
work amongst each other.
There's people listening to the podcast right now going, that's not how it works. But all right.
Man, yo, you know how many freaking...
I got no
Like-
symptoms.
There was a point where I felt like it was almost like pointless if Angel or me, like if we got it together. Because I was like, yo, I'm sitting there passing blunts with you. Like we've been drinking at the lake house
Oh, yeah,
and shit.
yeah,
Facts.
So it was like, but just for my own like peace of mind and shit. But that was a long ass line in Cranford as I went to the free joint. So the cars were lined up like like it was a fucking concert going on. Like it was like yo, like we were out, like we were like, we were blocks away from the facility that we had to get tested at, and then when they finally let us into the parking lot, like we're waiting to get in the parking lot for like maybe I would say 20 minutes. And when we get in there, there's like everyone gets out their cars. And you think like every car's probably got like 3 to 4 people like to get tested. They brought their families and shit. So the lines is like fucking Six Flags. Like we in there. Like, I was in line for maybe I want to say 2 hours.
That's
like,
crazy.
I was standing in line for 2 hours.
There's gonna be like some Halo 3 lines when that fucking vaccine comes out too. I tell you that much, bro.
Dude.
People gonna be camping out that shit. Be like, I've been here for a week. It's gonna be like when the first iPhone came out.
Yeah, no,
It's like, what are you guys waiting out here for? It's in CVS. They're like, the vaccine drops tomorrow, bro.
So are there gonna be
shit.
fighting which vaccine is better? Like there's gonna be lines for the Pfizer one, lines for the Moderna.
Yo, that's hilarious. People are just like, yo, you got vaccinated? Be like, yeah, I got vaccinated. That's what's up. And they find out you got that Moderna instead of that Pfizer, and they're like, yo, you got that Moderna vaccine? You're like, yeah. I'd be like, that shit wasn't even kept at negative 70 degrees Celsius,
Damn, we
nigga. That's not
we
even
gonna be
real
classist
vaccine,
about
bitch.
this shit. Like,
Yo.
oh nah, yo, I got the Jordan vaccine. You got the Shaq.
Dude, but can you imagine like one of them, like you get the one vaccine, it's like, oh yeah, these people took it 2 weeks ago, and they all started just like losing their nervous system. You're like, ah, shit, here I go.
Yeah, no, that's
suck.
everyone's main concern. Not that particular, but just
Zombies.
like,
Totally.
Yeah, like
Listen, realistically-
we want to see like the first round of public consumption of this vaccine.
Realistically,
And
we're
see how
lucky
they-
because
how they
there's
work.
no way that any of us are getting that first round anyway.
Right,
So
yeah.
that's good. If we see like a giant population of our military and our frontline healthcare workers suddenly like growing third arms and second vaginas and shit,
Nah,
we'll be
yo,
like,
but that's-
maybe I shouldn't take the Pfizer vaccine.
that's really gonna suck if those are the people that turn into like the evil zombies. Because then who's really gonna hold us down?
Which one's worse, the commie vaccine or the Third Reich vaccine? Which one?
Look, I don't know
Which
much.
one?
I don't even know which one
I'm
I'd
not
go
sure
for.
in Germany, dude.
But I'll tell you this, and I know we're all thinking it, so I'll be the brave soldier to say it.
Okay.
Say it.
If that vaccine gives me a second vagina, cheers, sign me up, brother.
Ah, salud, bro. Yeah, cheers, bro. Salud. Right now.
It ain't no.
That's a
Hit up
fact.
Reed for that second
Yo,
vagina.
That's true. But for those in the streets who don't know, my alternative identity is the pussy lip conquistador. I'll leave it at that for now.
Because we are already through this.
You have to watch to the end to find out. You gotta watch to the
I'm
end.
gonna be very honest. When we wrote Reed Coochie Rant on the board, I didn't think we were gonna hit it. And we hit
Yeah,
it very
I
quickly.
thought
I didn't think we were gonna get here that soon.
Dude, I thought we were gonna get to like an hour and
I
like
didn't think we were
20
gonna get it
minutes
at all.
and like be running out of like things to talk about. And
thought
we're
I was
gonna be like, yo, Reed, coochie rant. But
I thought it
no,
was gonna be
dude.
like,
we're
no.
10
I thought it was gonna be
minutes
like Jerry Springer's like closing statements.
That was merely the
Like his closing thoughts.
declaration. That was just a declaration of my identity. The rant will come, but that will be that's a closing monologue.
I will tell you boys right now, I am not ready for a Reed.
There's gonna be all this buildup of like, I don't got anything.
Yo, boys, we've been gone for like 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe more, right?
I've been here this whole time.
Our last podcast was, did we do one in November?
We didn't. No, we didn't.
Oh yeah.
We did one right
How many
before
days
Halloween.
into November are we? It's the 23rd. Yeah, it's been like
3
3
weeks.
weeks. That's
It might
crazy.
have been 4 weeks. 'Cause I feel like we did it before Halloween.
Right before the
Oh
Halloween
wow!
show.
So
Has it been a full month?
Maybe.
yeah, if you missed the Halloween party, it was fun.
It was a good
Yeah.
time.
We didn't perform,
Yeah, we didn't perform.
Nah.
so
yeah,
you didn't miss us.
Yeah, we didn't even put that on the board, the recap of the
No,
show.
yeah.
I
And
mean,
yo, because it took Reeve to remind me like how long we actually have been gone. I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah. And shout out to everyone who went and kept it safe. You guys.
yeah,
were
bro, that was awesome. I will say it was pretty nice seeing, looking back at pictures and stuff from that show, because it was just like everyone's wearing a mask, even the performers. You know what I mean? We didn't really have that many people there to begin with.
No.
But maybe it was like 35 people at the most.
If that.
If that. But it was really cool. Thanks for everybody for coming. But I think everyone got a little slap happy with the Halloween shit because the Corona shit turned up.
Oh, yeah.
Right after that. Like, turned up right after that. It's been a crazy year with the coronavirus shit, huh, boys? You had a birthday during coronavirus.
I did. I didn't think we were gonna make it.
I didn't think so
You know,
either.
and it was good because there was a bunch of us who were already at the party together or lived together, so it was like cool. It was not like we're bringing in any new factors or people who were like weren't already exposed to the same shit we were. So like cool, but I still even felt like going into it like fuck. I feel like I'm gonna get it right beforehand, and what will potentially be my best birthday will just be like, oh, we're not gonna do nothing.
That was the prelude to our death.
And it was fine. It was literally
It
the best
ended up
birthday.
being the best birthday though.
Literally the best birthday. Shout out my girlfriend Imani. Wait, you can't ask for that place.
Yo, Reed, I will tell you, when people asked me, for those who don't know the context, we went to a lake house for Reed's birthday. Cam stayed home to try to have the house to himself, but he ended up having to
It was funny because
manage.
when I came home after work one day and Paul was in there, just, being there for 5 minutes like he is right now, and then leaving.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, what's up, Paul?" And then he made like a quick comment to be like, "Oh, I'm gonna leave in like 5 minutes." Just so
he was like, bro, I'm going to leave you the house for yourself, I promise. But we all went to the lake house for Reed's birthday, and the way I've been explaining it to people, or I was when I first came back, they were like, yo, like, how was it? Did you have a good time? I was just like, I had a blast. I will also say, I think I watched Reed have the best birthday I've ever seen anyone have. You know what I mean? Like, it was so fun.
Oh,
if it was
dude,
my
it was
birthday, I would have been
amazing.
like, oh, dude, I can't ask for anything
Fucking
else.
a friend of ours, she lost her shorts out at sea. Well, not
that's
at
right.
sea. It was at a lake.
Shout out to Kayla.
What do they call it when it's at sea for a lake?
at lake.
At
Yeah,
lake?
it's at lake. I think that's right.
It's
but
in a body of water. That's
That's
not
right.
sea.
She lost her shorts in the damn water.
She lost,
Yeah.
she lost her shorts in a body of water. I mean, come on. But she lost them, and it was like, oh, I'll use the oar from the kayak. And I was like, actually, I gotta step it up. Let's take the kayak. And so Imani and I went to get it, and we caught them, and they were like, fuck it, let's just stay out on the water. So it was awesome.
Yeah, I will say, when you guys went out with I walked out with some beers to the dock. We were like at Lake, how do you pronounce it?
Hapatcong.
Hapatcong.
Kong.
It's the biggest lake in New
Hapatcong.
Jersey, apparently. But we were out here, and it was
Shout out
it
to
was
the Native
nice.
Americans.
Beautiful place. We had like this nice house on the lake, and there was like this nice dock out there.
They had
And,
Trump and Pence signs
yeah,
out
they
there.
had
They were
Trump.
sore losers.
we
We was
were-
out there turning up,
Yo, you guys were a good.
turning
time.
up on them
were in the
losers.
boonies, bro.
But wasn't no one on their dock trying to turn up with us because they was sad about the election.
I remember when I walked out down to the dock, and I saw the shorts fiasco happening. I was like, damn, how are we gonna get her shorts? Like, we can't be like this losing shorts in the water as like guests or something. And then I turn
Also
around
shorts, yeah.
and here come Imani and Reed like walking out of the shed with like this giant kayak and some oars.
Little trumpet.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, here they come. So
Dude.
I remember thinking like, yo, when they save these shorts, they're gonna stay on that water, bro. And then you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
saved the shorts, and I was like, bye. You guys went out on a nice little kayak.
It was. And did
kayaking trip
you guys
there.
know how I get with my vertigo? I was already a little stoned and drinking, and we're
I
out in
know
the middle
shit
of the
about your
water.
We've
vertigo.
talked about on this podcast before your fear of the sky, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and before I thought it was like, just like an irrational fear, like, which it is, but it's like still like, I realized, oh, it's simpler. It's kind of like a vertigo thing. So I'm like,
Yeah.
big thing, fuck that, like, and we were out in the middle of the water, totally exposed, and like looking up at the giant sun and clouds was like, I gotta go. And she actually stuck with me. She's like, no, do you want to ride this out? Like, let's do it. And it wound up being great. So thank her for a great birthday. Thank her for that, but also thank her for, I just turned up the whole day. No, not that.
Thank her for.
Yo, because he switched cameras. I was like, oh, snap. He's about to get real like, baby.
And thank you for the freak nasty. No, but I just turned
another
up too
coochie
hard
red.
that day, and she had to put up with so much. I was just a big toddler by
Yeah,
the
you were
end.
lit, bro. I remember that. I have a
Turn it up,
video. I don't know if we're gonna insert it, but I have this video of like I'm like shooting Imani and Reed at the kayak, and Reed's like, "Yo, pass me my drink. I'm like, "Yo, take a video of you guys." It's like, "All right, I got you, bro. I'll pass you your drink." But that was a good time. I think every time I go out like on an Airbnb, like week long, like with the homies, let's go get fucked up somewhere for a little bit. It like, I guess it's what people feel like when they go on vacation, but like it like puts in my brain like, damn man, you gotta get away with your boys and your homies sometimes. You know what I mean? You really gotta fucking unwind, or this shit just fucks you up.
Did you guys like raid the house for hidden cameras and shit?
I don't think. So technically, you're not allowed to have any in the Airbnb.
I did. I
what they
did like
say.
look
Well,
around
that's
within
if you
my
look.
room.
Yeah, there was an attic that was closed off by a sliding door.
Oh, that was the
And-
attic?
In the binder,
Yeah.
it said, "Don't go up into the attic. There's just a bunch of old shit up there and skeletons," with a smiley face. And I was like, "That's where he's keeping the black people." I was like, "God damn it, dude! He's got like old like black people
You
just
just hear
hanging
a-
up there." He's like, please save us. I'm like, I'm sorry, LMA, I can't.
LMA?
LMA.
Laughing my ass?
No, it's LMA. Like,
Oh, right. Okay.
But the lake was dope though.
That's how white people treat our plate.
Yeah.
LMA.
Oh, I see.
LMA.
Dude, that's whoa.
I had a good time though. It was a little cold. Like the water was too cold for me to get into, but it was beautiful. We went like.
We just made it.
We just made Indian summer, like straight up, like
As we
60,
left,
70 degrees in the middle of November. So.
It was like, I think, slightly freezing and raining when we were leaving.
Yep.
So it was like, cool, we just made it. Yeah, that was a crazy find. I remember looking at it like, oh my God, how'd you find this place? How is it so cheap? Forgetting that it's a lake house in November.
Yeah, right.
I was telling them I was $208 a night now. Looked it up last night for like June to August. $575 a night.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's how it goes.
But it was nice.
No,
we
the
catch it like in
climate was
April.
perfect,
yeah.
man.
There was one point I was walking out with some beers. Like I was already like, this was like the drunkest I was that whole week. I was walking out to get some more beers. I walked up these like super steep ass steps that were out there.
Too many
And
steps.
I'm coming down with some Modelo's.
Some deli.
And there's this like white woman, the white woman neighbor, and her like 4 clone Cylon teenage white daughters. And I'm walking out, and I'm like super drunk, and I'm like, nah, I had like just walked out of the house. I like went up to get beers, and instead of getting beers, I like DJ'd with the DJ set for like 20 minutes really quick. And I was just like, oh shit, I was supposed to get beers. Let me go back outside. So I was like super feeling it. And I walk outside, I'm not noticing, and I overhear the white lady. She's like, well, there certainly seems to be a lot going on here this weekend or this week. And I was just like, so I look over at her and I'm like, hi. And then all the little teenage white girls go, and I'm like, hi. She's like, how are you doing? I'm like, I'm doing all right. And I kept walking downstairs. I was like, oh my God, the Republicans saw me. I was like, I didn't want them to see me.
And it's funny because I think that it already happened, or we knew about them. Like, oh, it's these guys. Like, they probably love messing with the Airbnbs.
Oh, that's
so
right.
I knew to expect them, and I was just sitting out there at one point by myself, eating like a burger. 89 brought me, which is another indicator of like best birthday ever. I was just chilling by the fire with my girl, and he's like, "Hey, here's a bacon cheeseburger." Like, oh, this is great.
89 is a real one, bro.
And then I think after that, I was just alone eating the burger. And I heard someone next door like just saying this or that. And they're like, "Oh, they're probably having a great time." I was like, "Guess they're talking about us," but I didn't know. And then I heard someone say, "Oh, he's got himself a little snacky." And I stood there like knowing they're talking about me, and it was like, just like I don't know why I froze up. Like they see me. It was so scary. They know I'm eating food. Yeah, I'm like they can't know. They can't know I'm having food.
89.
Man, they were talking about Imani.
Always got look snacky. I know. I look back. I'm like.
89, you went on a little trip during the trip though too, right?
Yeah, bro.
What was that like?
I will say that I'm gonna preface this with shrooms, they don't really affect me. They don't. Like people give me shrooms, caps, stems, I'd have taken them. It's like whatever.
I will say that
I
I've
prefer
heard
tabs.
I've heard people say that about like edibles. I've heard people be like, "Yeah, edibles don't really hit me like that." I've never heard someone say that about mushrooms.
I've never.
But all right.
It's never. It's every time I've been giving them, it's never happened.
Yo,
but
I'll give
on
you
this
that.
go around, I had a nice batch of some shrooms, and
who made it?
It was
Homegrown.
and I don't, like I said, they don't affect me.
Right.
So this time, I'm affected. I'm feeling like my hand is shaking as I'm trying to edit and stuff. And usually, like, that's when I know the shit is kicking in, because when I'm off the tabs, I love the tabs.
I love the tab.
I love the tabs, baby. I love the tabs,
Ooh,
baby.
baby.
I love the tabs, baby. You know I love them
Tell me about
tabs.
those
Like,
tabs.
I don't like to brag, but I love the tabs.
You don't like the fungus, but you love the tabs.
with these shrooms, like I was really feeling it. Like I tried to immerse myself in some work because I was trying to edit some video, which you guys will see soon. And as I'm working on this, like everything is like really kicking. Like I'm looking out into the water and like the sun is fucking like. And I'm working with I'm wearing shades editing, and everything. I'm feeling it.
Never thought about
from then until like the only time I chilled out that whole day, because I was on the computer damn near the whole day until I went to the hot tub.
Oh man. Dude,
That
there was a point when me and Reed like stepped out to the back porch to like, I think we were like smoking or we were just like getting some air or something.
Yeah.
And like we looked down over the barricade and 89 looks like he is dead in the hot tub. Like he's, because he's shrooming.
feeling
wait, you were in the hot tub.
He was just like laying there, just like.
The house is on an incline because it was going down from the lake. Like when you arrived, it was on the road and you go down. So when we're on the deck, you look down and we just look over the edge and 89's like,
And me and me like, oh, I think he's dead. I'm pretty sure he's dead.
You split it in half, right? You took one half one day.
Yeah.
You should have took all of it.
Yeah, no, I was trying not to go
I
too
gave
hard.
89 on the drugs.
Yeah, they were
They're from a
homegrown.
very,
Honest niche.
very personal source, we'll say.
Yeah,
Okay, I agree with them.
yeah, I
But,
can't
you know,
remember the shrooms.
It's
money cash situation.
Oh shit, this isn't on the board either, guys.
Yeah, yo, we missed the biggest thing.
Marijuana is legal in New Jersey.
It was funny because I was about to be like, shrooms are about to be legal anyway. I was like, wait,
Bro,
weed's legal.
Weed is fucking legal in New Jersey.
Oh yeah,
bro.
we've been filming in Jersey for all you guys who didn't know.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess we can openly talk about that. This is a weed,
Live
a weed
from the
podcast
Garden
in
State.
Jersey now. This is the
Fuck
Garden State for real now. Are you guys gonna be dispensaried up, or are you guys gonna still? I mean,
Both.
I'm still gonna cop from the boy,
All of the above.
right? So,
Yeah.
so I think there's a hilarious thing that goes on where people are like, oh, like
They're gonna put chemicals in my weed.
they're gonna make my weed like
My weed's not gonna be
like
weed.
be weird, or you gotta stop supporting your friends or whatever. Listen, man, I have friends who make food, and I buy food from them sometimes, and I also go to McDonald's sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. I like variety and things.
I like
Right.
buying some Yings. I like buying some craft. I like buying some.
Listen,
you're
bro.
allowed to switch it up.
saying.
I also said as soon as they, because you know, I don't know, New Jersey is like, we're such like an asshole state that like anything good that happens, that we're already like, I'm not sure about that. So when I saw that shit happen on like Twitter and Instagram the next day, although don't get me wrong, tons of people were excited and happy and like it was great, but there were some people who were like, the government or whatever. I'm like, these are people who have not like experienced a legal state.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound like an asshole or pretenders or anything, because I've only been to California one time. I've experienced it once, but dude, the legal weed system is just so like cool. It's very, as a person who likes weed, it's very cool. You walk into a place like, dude, if you're like a wine person or a beer person, going to a liquor store is different than me just walking in and being like, I'm gonna get some Modelo's and walk out of here. You know, I like drinking, but I don't like it that much. I love weed though. So walking into those weed stores was just like, they're like, what do you like? What do you want? What do you feel like smoking? I'm like, I don't know. Let's talk about it for a while. You know, like they're like, oh, you like this, you like that. Like, I think people definitely need to wait for it to take effect, because it's gonna be awesome. I think dispensary is so
the
cool.
only like real downside I really hear about it is like there's some whole like fine print regarding where some of the money is going to. Like,
That's
where
true.
Like where it's kind of going to the police force.
And I think that's why. So there was supposed to be like some vote last week about like decriminalizing it. That's where they threw the mushroom shit into too.
Yeah.
And the reason that didn't get signed immediately, because it's legal in January, but it's still, cops can still arrest you for it right now.
Yeah.
So that hearing was them being like, nah, you can't arrest people anymore for it, like at all, period. They didn't vote on it because of what you just said. They were like, yo, I feel this, but some of this money is being allocated to things that don't make sense. Like, this is supposed to help people who have already been imprisoned already.
Yeah.
So I think most of, like, or not most of, but some legislators in New Jersey are big on like hey yo, we gotta help the people who've been arrested. Did you guys know that Jersey has the most marijuana arrests in the country?
We have a lot
Wow.
of. I mean, we're densely populated.
It
so
makes sense.
It makes
It's
sense.
like 8 million of us in one, or 7 million of us in one state. But
Free
it's just
them
like,
all.
I was like, damn, bro, like, shit, that's crazy.
I always say most of that money should be going to schools. If you're gonna make money off weed, throw it to the schools.
I remember it
feel
was like-
For that.
that makes the most sense to me. Obviously giving it back to like the lesser community, not lesser communities,
Right.
but the communities in need.
Yeah.
And stuff
And
like
that's the
that.
thing. I feel like people
Those affected by like even harsher.
Yeah,
drugs.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
They got a very baseline kind of thought. People are like, taxes, man. It's like, look, taxes aren't bad. It's just half the time the tax money goes to some bullshit. But
Yeah.
like, if it goes to good shit, I'll pay taxes. Like, fuck
Right.
it, yeah.
Listen, dude, I think there's also another thing where people were like, oh, now everyone's gonna want to open a dispensary. You guys don't know how hard it is to open. I'm like, listen, it's hard, obviously, but I think a big point of these places is they have to try and let the people who they've like oppressed be able to flourish in the thing that they oppressed them by.
It's the
So they
same
can't
way.
they can't make it hard. They shouldn't be able to make it like so hard for minorities and black people and shit to open up dispensaries, because it's just like, yo, we've been selling this shit, bro. We know how to sell this shit better than y'all know how to
This
sell
whole
this
shit
shit.
is the
bro.
same way as when they abolished like liquor laws.
No, prohibition and shit.
Prohibition. It's like where speakeasies They was booming like on the underground level, and then
My
it
grandma was
let's do
bootlegging,
something.
nigga.
Then we had legalized bars and clubs and night venues and the things, and now it's starting to flourish. But you still got like people doing their little own liquor hustles at parties and stuff on the low stuff. Like it's still like there's still a market.
I wonder how long until.
Shout out to everyone selling the nutcrackers.
I wonder how long. Nutcrackers is like pretty New York.
Yeah, those are
right. It's like a little less Jersey, but it's definitely New York.
It's part of the culture.
I wonder how long until bars and lounges and shit are just like they have like back since. I mean, this is obviously post-corona, if that even is a concept that exists. But I wonder how long before they like start smelling weed and shit, and they're just like, I mean. Because when I was in fucking like LA and San Diego and shit, like I go to the back and smoke a joint, and I'm only smoking the joint because someone's already smoking something back there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's already chill. I mean, when I was in college and like being in college towns, it was similar. Like, I could smoke a joint in the back of the bar at college because it's like, who the fuck's gonna stop it? But like, I'm very excited for the public to just like have to not put up with it, but like even past put up with it. You have to now embrace it because this shit legal, motherfucker.
I just can't wait to have a giant garden.
Bro,
that's one shit I just can't wait for.
Listen, Cam be mowing our lawn, and he be like fucking, you know what I'm saying? He be growing obviously other things. So I can only imagine what the Griswold hybrid's gonna look like.
Growing in the closet was fun, but every time we had a party, it was like, all right, remember I got weed growing in the closet, so be careful. Now it's like, yo, I got weed growing everywhere. Come check it out.
No, yeah, definitely.
Yo, I'm telling you, like that back fenced-in area, that'd be beautiful.
That cage.
Yeah, but fucking the groundhogs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And that's an outdoor too. That Indo is where that shit.
Dude, if you take one groundhog and like do the thing from Silence of the Lambs where he's like flayed out, it's like a message.
Jesus Christ.
It's okay. It's like one groundhog. I was gonna say it's okay. I'm kidding, but I was like, nah, let me just keep it.
I think it's gonna be interesting with what the nightlife's gonna be, including with the marijuana inclusion to it. As when you sit there and like smoking is not really allowed in any venue, period.
Right.
But I think, and that's kind of weird. But I think when the world opens up again, like it's still not gonna be people packing clubs, like because the world, like with this vaccine, like within their timetable, gatherings ain't gonna really hit again till like around spring, summer.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be outdoor.
Everyone's just gonna be sitting.
Everyone's gonna be outdoor just toking
in their houses in spring and the summer, just smoking weed in New Jersey.
Wait, did this just fix the New Jersey local scene?
Oh, damn. That's crazy.
That was always a problem with venues, is you couldn't smoke weed, so no one wanted to come to your fucking shows because they're all fucking. They just want to smoke weed in that place.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Shit.
You know the a lot of these venues are closing, so it's gonna go right back to like DIY.
Yeah.
As soon as the shit opens back up.
I've been calling it.
So I mean, everyone's been calling it. I mean, you can't. No one, venues can't afford to exist anymore.
You're either gonna get, it's either gonna be the arenas and the stadiums backed by corporate,
and that's not what we're talking about.
So you either got to go to a concert or you got to go to some weird backlot warehouse.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah,
because like all these clubs and all these like these hot shots that were getting financed by like whatever situation, all that shit went down for those guys, and like those guys are shuddering. Like what from here all the way to the UK.
Man, I'm just ready to be in the next part, because this part is lame.
There's definitely things going on recently that feel like, and it's gonna be a ways out, but they feel very much like the part at the end where like at Wolf of Wall Street where Mrs. Robinson's playing and everyone's getting arrested. Like, okay,
I feel
cool.
You. Yeah, we're definitely here.
Yeah, like,
we're closing this down.
Who knows what's gonna happen? But like I forget who it was. And I know that's the thing you're not supposed to do with the podcast. Like I should know stuff. But like fucking someone was like, oh yeah, come January, I'm persecuting Trump and his cabinet because like.
Oh yeah, I think that was the Attorney General from New York.
I thought it was like more Midwestern.
Oh, that's possible too, but I know the Attorney General from New York, which I found hilarious because like it's a personal, like Trump is like a New Yorker, so it's like a personal beef where they're just like, yo, as soon as you don't got that job anymore, dog, it's over. Also, I guess the biggest thing for us since we haven't been here was the weed thing, but there's a slightly bigger thing in the rest of the world going on right now.
Yeah,
you guys, Trump lost. Yeah! My boy Trump. I mean, not my boy Trump. My piece of shit old President Trump is gone.
My fucking arch nemesis.
Yeah,
since
dude.
goddamn.
In a big deli.
Yeah, bro. That was a long process. I mean, it feels like it was like a month ago now, but you guys remember how long that week-long election went?
I mean, fucking the White House literally 3 hours before we started recording this podcast finally was like, all right, Biden could start.
Yeah,
transitional process.
Election night was November 3rd, and it's November 23rd now.
And they're finally
and
like,
just
all
like, okay, we'll give you $6 million for the transition, and we're just like, bro, it's been 3 fucking weeks. Damn, bro, that shit was pretty wild. I think maybe with that, it's over, but there was definitely a little coup attempt happening here. Like, Trump lost, and his whole administration was just like, no, we didn't.
Dude,
and we were like, nah, y'all lost. And they were like,
suck my dick.
Suck my dick. No, we didn't.
Yeah.
We won.
And there was like some X-Men, I mean, not really, but there was like some X2, X United kind of shit where like, even some Republicans at this point were like, yeah, dude, you're wow, shut up.
Dude, who was it? Tucker Carlson, the guy from Fox News, who's like a total Republican right-wing grifter. He was even like, hey, we gotta kind of respect democracy though, you know, which is what it's kind of coming down to.
In Fox News turns,
dude, it's so weird. Trump has now been like talking anti-Fox News. Because they won't agree with his like total weird ass like sore loser shit. Like he's just like like how has Fox News joined the fake news? I thought they were the real news for the last 4 years, bro.
I mean, they have to do more fact checks than any other news site. So realistically, calling them fake news, you're actually kind of like halfway.
I hear what you're saying
because they have to fix themselves more than
they are the fakest.
Yeah. Listen, yo, you guys remember they said it for weeks, even months before. I mean, Trump said it himself before the election. He was just like, "I'm not leaving." He was like, even if I lose, which I'm not going to, I'm not leaving. And we were like, well.
What if he shot himself?
Well, I think
that would be fucking
He's like, now
crazy.
I'm never leaving, and he's a ghost in the White House.
Yo, like Joe Biden shows up like on the 20th to like do like the day before the inauguration to like, you know, formally do the transition. He goes into the Oval Office to shake Donald Trump's hand and just
Yo, he doesn't even shake his hand.
head.
Psych.
Yo.
Honestly, I think
takes his hand back.
he's probably holding off as long as he can. Someone's like, Mr. President, the CIA's on the phone. He's like, CIA, I don't care. And then he picks up, they're like, look out the window, northwest 35 degrees to you. And he's like, what? He looks slightly to the left, a red dot right on him, another red dot. And they're like, you're going to leave or we'll make you leave.
Dude, right. You keep talking about like the U.S. military. They'll have to kick him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like right when the election like scam was happening, like on that week of the election, Trump said something like you have to take me out of here kicking and screaming or something, and then Biden said that he would have the Secret Service remove him, and like some headline was like Biden threatens to use the Secret Service to remove Trump. And Biden was like, I didn't threaten him. I said that I would use the Secret Service to remove him. And I was like, nice, bro. He was like, I'm not threatening shit. He's like, I'm going to do it. That's literally what
Nor would he have to, because our CIA takes out other governments, so they'll have no problem fucking, I feel,
Oh, dude.
our own.
Come on, bro. And it's not hard
That's
to
what's
take
always
Trump
so
off
like
his fucking feet.
It's kind of laughable when like a lot of people are like, huh, do they let them take our guns? We'll see about that. We need to protect ourselves. Like, man, if they really wanted to take out communities, it would happen like that.
That's a great thing to think about.
I know, isn't it?
Great thing.
Pour up another shot.
Like, listen, if the military wanted to end us, they could.
We can nuke the whole world
Dude,
if we want to.
I was thinking about
bro.
that earlier because I was watching, I think, the trailer for Dune again. It was just mentioning like our people are being slaughtered, and like content like that in like shows or fantasies, adventures where like a village will get destroyed. I think about it, I'm like, fuck. Realistically, I'm definitely one of the people in those villages. I'm not like one of the like, all right, I'm in. I'm like, I'm the person like, quick, get out of here! And they just get like.
It reminds me, I think King Kong, where one of the guys running gets just stomped out by a dinosaur.
Yeah,
and I was just like,
Reed.
I was like, damn, that's like the worst way to go in the King Kong movie. King Kong didn't even show up yet.
Yeah, it wasn't even King
Kong.
Kong.
Got killed one of the
I thought about that like post college. I had like a total, I had a total mortality check where I was just like, fuck. Like I was watching some movie and it was like a random thug like, let me see your hands, and he gets shot, and I'm like, that guy had thoughts as a kid.
Oh,
he went through
that's
troubles,
rough,
and he
dude.
just like found himself, and he got a job, and now he's just gone.
Yo, thinking about King Kong, bro. You know how like people like get like super mad at like the Man of Steel and like some of those other comic book movies because of like the collateral damage that happens. Can we talk about like King of Monsters? Like, imagine the amount of people who are dying when Godzilla fights Mothra. Like, it's over. Like, if you're in San Francisco,
You got giant
you're fucked,
beasts,
bro.
and they be shooting beams
They
too.
be shooting beams out of their mouth. You're just like watching it happen. You're like, oh wow, it's so nice. You're like, oh, I'm gonna die now.
It's funny you mention Man of Steel though, because remember that was the whole thought. Like, well, how does that work? It's Superman, but then BVS was announced. And I was like, oh, of course, Batman's gonna pull up and tell him like, you can't do that shit. And then Batman pulls up and murders several
Yep,
people.
Batman does not give a fuck. It's kind of one thing I kind of like about the Snyder universe. Like, it's hilarious that it's one of the main things that people don't like about Snyder shit, but I think it's hilarious that he's just like, no, my superheroes are dark. They kill people, whatever. It's just like, it is what it is. And I'm just like, that's not how superheroes work. But I like your style, bro. You know, like in Man of Steel. I mean, what was the trailer for Batman vs Superman when Batman like sees Superman like going through that building or like fighting Zod through that building, whatever? He's just like, no, and he has to like go save to go through the smoking building. I'm just like, fuck yeah, Superman. Fuck that building up, dude. You're in the middle of a fight. Don't worry about it.
It's one thing to let
Take care of your
Superman do
shit.
it. Letting Batman kill people, it's like that's the thing that I feel because it's such in his like
People
character
were not
development.
happy about Batman killing people, which,
It's like making Spider-Man
listen,
kill people.
I will
It's
be
not
real
cool.
with you.
It's not cool.
It's very simple. Batman doesn't kill people.
yeah.
He really shouldn't kill people. I don't think it's in his value, in the Batman value system to kill people. But Batman be drastically changing people's fucking lives. Because if you get caught, bro, if you get caught spray painting in Gotham City and you meet up with Batman,
You might get your arm
you
broke.
will never write anything again because he's breaking all your fucking
The Kamala
fingers.
Harris of the DC universe.
Yo,
God.
so Batman puts some dude in a coma, pretty much makes him a vegetable, and they're like, all right, so in his will, he wants to pull the plug, so we're gonna pull the plug, and his whole family is, they're all crying, the nurse is about to pull the plug, Batman just shows up lightning, he's
No.
like, you do not pull that plug, I do not murder him, he stays on life support his whole life,
Yeah, he's just like
until he
a
dies of natural
vegetable.
causes,
Batman,
and they're like,
it's what he wanted.
and
No.
he fucking cripples like the whole family.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Oh,
Damn, yo, I wonder if
But
Batman...
he doesn't kill them.
Wait, do you think Batman is pro-life or pro-choice?
Oh shit.
You will not abort that baby.
That baby is a living thing.
I will break all of your limbs before you abort that baby.
I feel like Batman does the abortion.
Yo, Cam, you said Batman breaks all your limbs. It's like, you want to abort that baby? And he breaks like a pregnant woman's arms and legs. And it's just like, you're going to have that fucking baby. Bitch drops her off home. Never see Planned Parenthood again.
I remember,
Oh my God.
The baby
bro.
dies as soon as he's born.
Holy
it was
shit.
one of
It
our
was natural
coworkers.
causes, so it's okay.
It's fucked up.
Batman's okay with it.
One of our coworkers, I was telling him to watch a Batman trailer, and he was watching on his phone. Like, no, you got to use headphones. And my thought, of course, was like, you got to listen for like, you know, you just got to watch it for the experience. But also, like, you need to hear the crunches.
crunch, 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 crunch.
The Battinson does.
Those aren't the sounds of the punches. Those are the sounds of bones obliterating into
Shattering.
dust.
Dude.
It's like, oh, fuck, dude.
I don't know why I nodded and smiled at Cameron when we heard that. I
was
was
like,
like,
yep.
you know what I mean, brother?
Obliterating bones to dust, Cam. That's
The
fucking
good
right.
I know what you mean.
the
Yeah,
good
dude.
stuff.
Cam's gonna obliterate some bones in the underworld.
I'm going to obliterate a wishbone in a couple days on Thanksgiving, guys.
What is that? Oh, okay, cool.
Did you like my segue? I was like, I
was
feel
so
like
not
we've been
ready.
talking about Batman killing babies for a little too long.
I love how you both segue.
I know we tried to segue.
We'll go with Angels.
Yeah.
Wait, what,
no,
what was your segue? I
He
think
said,
did I
he
miss
said
your
in the
segue?
underworld. That was weak. Yours was a little better.
In the what world?
Fair. Cam's critique of me is always.
Wait,
kept me
what
on my
was yours,
toes.
bro?
he said cracking, breaking bones in the underworld or something.
Oh,
you
I
get it?
see.
Underworld, dark
Rebirth of the
bones.
Underworld. All right, you know what? On second guys, I like your segue more. Let's
damn.
talk
I-
about.
I'm
I
not
also
feeling
don't,
it. I'm
but like, I'll
with
take
Cam.
it. Now we can. I just think he didn't want to talk about it.
Hey guys,
What?
did you hear that? That Griswold shit is about to fucking drop finally.
Oh, he tweeted about that.
Oh
Yeah,
shit,
dude.
bro.
Yo.
That shit gonna be crazy. I saw a little teaser of it.
You heard I'm producing that?
Yo, you produced it?
Yeah, like I'm paying for that whole project.
That's crazy, bro. Yo, I wonder if we can get Griswold on the podcast one of these days.
Maybe.
I've never met Griswold once in my life, nor do I know.
He's
not
the
true.
asshole.
There's multiple.
I feel like
videos.
you've met. I feel like there's literally photographic.
I feel like we have a
evidence
video of you and
meeting
Griswold.
I don't. Sure.
Maybe not actually.
Yeah,
Think
actually,
about it.
maybe.
We might not actually.
Kevin, you ever met Griswold?
Yeah.
What's he?
I
What's it?
recorded most of the album with him.
You guys look
All
mad
right, no,
similar.
I shot
Yeah,
with
we
Griswold on
get
220
that.
Billy. Yeah, we shot with Griswold back when.
So his music is pretty out there.
It is.
Hell yeah, dude.
I
Not
feel like
to
I'm
you.
the only thing that's grounding him. And
How would Griswold describe his music to you, bro?
the way I see it,
Now, how does he see it?
the way he sees it, he just says best shit ever, and like constantly. Where I'm just like, well, you're defying genres. Like I like the rock approach he takes. Like he has a very like classic rock approach that he goes with.
Yeah.
But then he just loves to take like pieces from like current day genres and stuff like hip hop, pop, stuff like that, and just throw it in there and twist. But then there's just like this freestyle jazz that ties everything together. It's fucking weird. Like,
Free.
and it's just pretty much a blend of everything.
That should drop it on the 30th.
30th last day.
Okay.
Would you argue that, as Angel has said in the past, that Griswold is the white Kendrick Lamar?
I don't think Angel
What?
made that reference.
I've said that.
You
No,
have said that.
I've said that before. It was in private. I said it in private, and I didn't want Reed to ever repeat
I
it in
don't
public.
That was wild of me to say. My bad, brother.
No, it's true.
I don't like that phrase. The way Kendrick.
He's the white Ken. He said, I never said that. What I actually said was the white K dot.
Okay, that's I guess a little better.
Yeah. I said white K Lamar.
But I'm really happy to be a part of the project. It's really cool. The first project I got to like fully be a part of, and actually like it's like something I got to tie in. Cause other than that, it was
It's your own shit.
yeah. Because what house bands were Surfs Up. That was like probably I think the first thing I actually got to be out publicly with music wise, and we did
Yeah.
that one little live jam performance. And then I got to produce a track for Kayfabe. And take
that's
my
right.
second. And now
did.
also having an album that's like pretty much 90%, well, more than 90%
It's yours.
produced by
That's
me.
what I'm saying. It's literally yours.
Why
Yeah.
does 89 look reanimated once in a while?
I mean, for my next project, whatever the fuck I end up doing, I'm just thinking about it. I told myself a few months ago, like, for the album, for the rest of 2020, all I'm doing is thinking about it. I'm not working on it at all. Anything I've been dropping lately is just like, is thinking about it. I mean, it's like, I would love to play all my own shit on it. You know what I mean? So I definitely could imagine listening back to a whole album of you made all of it.
Yeah.
Feeling like, yo, this is
And even if
all
it's
of
not,
this is
because
mine,
like,
you know?
like you know, Grizz recorded a lot of the instruments. I recorded a lot of the instruments. Juan from House Band, my other
Robbie's
bandmate.
got a beat on there
Juan,
too, right?
Robbie's recorded a few of the instruments and also has the beat on there.
Hell yeah.
Paul recorded guitar on one track.
We've all heard it, by the way. Rebirth in the
Yeah,
Other
dude.
World, and that shit is fire.
That's a story.
That
It's
shit is fucking fire.
And quite
Motherfucking
like you would
adventure.
expect. But also it would if you look at it from a not a standpoint of like a hero's journey, but more of like a Citizen Kane. It's like, oh yeah, no, that actually makes sense. Like how that would end.
Jenna calls it a play. I'm like that. It,
No, yeah,
it really
for
is
sure.
a play. Yeah, that's the best
It's
way
like
to
a
look at it.
screenplay for sure.
Yeah.
Do you think, and you just pass this on up, do you think Grizz would be down for like doing like a stage play version for an audience?
So this thing, this project, I think it's already been decided that it just won't work live because it was recorded. Most of the lyrics and vocals were recorded within the last year, but all the instruments were pretty much done like 3 years
Yeah,
ago.
like years ago.
So like to figure the stuff out, and especially with the house band stuff, is like literally recorded to play live. So like that, since that stuff is made for live jams and live recordings and live playing, and same with the new like the future Griswold stuff is also like clearly made to also perform. This stuff just wasn't made to perform at all. So
you
like,
got,
I
like-
don't feel like.
But you've
doing
got
it.
like visuals coming out for it, right?
Yeah. So I edited the whole. It's like a nice 3-minute, has like highlights of the whole album. It's like one of the coolest things I made visually. I'm sure Griswold will take credit for editing it, but whatever.
He's like
I'll let
that.
him. I make money off
Listen,
of it.
we've known him for a couple years now, and he's kind of a piece of shit.
an asshole,
to be
Sneaky
completely
devil,
honest with you.
sneaky
I really
devil.
don't like him that much.
He
but
is sneaky. I
He's
give him an asshole,
he is talented. You know, I was gonna say a couple things, but I'm only gonna say one because if he hears me complimenting him, he'll like.
You try to steal my pants.
It
bro.
reminds me.
He tried to steal your pants.
Yeah, man, that's
I remember that. That
That's
was
my fly ass pants, bro.
For some reason, this reminds me of a Crow episode where Larry David's talking to Jason Alexander, who played George on Seinfeld.
Yeah.
But George Costanza is based on Larry's character.
Right.
So, Larry's talking to a guy that
Oh,
played his
yeah.
character. And Jason Alexander's whole time was like, but George, he was a schmuck, an asshole. No one liked him and stuff. And Larry's like, really?
That's me.
I didn't. No, he was funny. He's like,
What are you
and then
talking about?
Jason's just like, sure, he was funny. People were laughing at him, and and the whole time Larry's like, no, he wasn't that bad. It's just like you're just like, yeah, Chris. I'm like,
You're like, I'm Grizz. What the fuck are you talking about?
I mean,
That Jason Alexander inflection is so classic.
yeah. Shout out to George Costanza.
It's so good.
I've been dropping some music
I
very
saw you had some
sporadically.
singles, yeah.
Yeah, I've just been dropping
Constantly.
stuff because I'd be bored, and I like doing little writing exercises, and then after the exercise is done, I'll be like, I want everyone to hear this writing exercise. I was
been-
like, you know what I mean?
You've been dropping things so consistently as like, not some like, it's this. It's like, oh yeah, have this. That like, I remember there was a point where we were chilling and we're like, oh yeah, you put this out. And then we listened to it like, oh, it's nice.
When you mean writing exercise, are you giving yourself a challenge or like a prompt to go by, or
I don't know. I think sometimes I'll sit there and be like, I want to write something that the people will like, and then I'll try and write something that sounds like that, or I'll be like, I want to write like just some rap song, and then I'll write like 16 bars really quick, and I'll be like, cool. You know what I mean? Like it's just nothing like something like super crazy, but just like I'll sit at the computer where I write, and I'll be like, okay, let's write. Like let's sit here and let's do something. Like let's be proactive.
what are you doing beat wise? You just finding beats wherever you like?
Yeah, and just
whatever
finding
you
like a bunch of beats that I fucking like, a bunch of free shit. But
That is something to be spoken for sure. I feel like too often I'll find myself in a spot like, well, if you feel kind of beat, I should take some rest. And sometimes it's definitely the case, and you got to really listen. But sometimes you have to fight through that like, and just get it flowing. Because once you're there, you're well in it.
all the Angel songs that I came out with early this year, not the Kohai ones, the Angel song, like the more poppy sounding ones, every single one, and there's 7 of them, were made the same way. I was like super stoned throughout the day, and I was like, oh man, I'll pass out. And then I go to like pass out at like midnight or something, and I'll wake up at like 1 or 2 in the morning, kind of half asleep. I'll be like, well, let's wake up though. And then I'll wake up, sit at the computer at like 2 in the morning, write some shit, record some shit, and the next day I've got something new. So it's just like sometimes giving yourself the extra push of like, what if I just did it right now instead? It's kind of interesting. You end up coming up with a lot of different stuff. Like I'll write a song, like the last 3 songs that I came out with recently, like I write them, I'll record them. After I'm done recording them, I'll listen to them a couple times, and I think I'm done. I'll be like, okay, I'll put a couple hours of work into this, like I'm probably done now. And then I'll be like, but I could also make some album art for it and drop it right now. You know what I mean? And that's why I always drop it at like 3 in the morning, at 2 in the morning. Because I'm just like, I'm done. Let's put it out. And I posted it earlier on Twitter. I was just saying, I really, really enjoy the process I'm realizing of making something, putting it out, and moving on.
You have a
Yeah.
track called 3 a.m. in the morning. When did that come out? Was it recent?
That was like Adult Swim Part 2, right?
That was Adult Swim, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was, I have
Part 1?
Yeah, that's 2 a.m. And then I came out with an EP earlier this year called It's 4 a.m. and I'm high right now.
That's what it was.
Because it was
Yeah.
literally that.
mean-
all 5 of the songs were, it was,
I mean, they work.
4 in the
'cause
morning.
The people that listen to it, it's like you're the direct like audience that
yeah,
made this for.
100%. Like if you're up right now, exactly. Like you're gonna definitely probably feel the vibe of like,
Oh yeah.
it's 2 in the morning and I just wrote some shit real quick.
I forget about that like when things are a little bit more like routine wise now. It's probably going to go into a lockdown again soon, but when it was in that first lockdown, it was like you said, like there's times we could wake up and be like, no, I'm gonna do this now, because we were just on this spaceship so
Yeah,
much of the
bro.
time, like an alien when they all wake up and they're like, oh fuck, and they're just there, like there's no time, you just you sleep and you wake up
Quarantine
and do
definitely made for eventually some productivity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
At some point, it was just like, I have some more free time today too. I guess I'll do something. I mean, 89. How many songs did you write during quarantine? Literally, probably 60. Literally,
Yeah.
probably 60.
Yeah, we did.
Not even just written, like recorded too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I got to be on one.
At the yeah,
Facts.
and
Yo, I like that track.
we had to narrow. We had to
Is
narrow
that, that's not on there.
That's
Please
on there, but it's gonna be
insert
on another like EP.
Okay.
Part of the track right now,
Yo, I gotta.
and then it's gone.
That shit was fire. I like that one a lot.
I love the song that.
When he showed me that, and he was like, "He reads on this one," I was like, "Okay." I didn't really know expecting that. I heard. I was like, "Yo, this is dope. What the fuck?"
I don't even know what Reed sounds like on that track, but he sounds like something.
Dude,
but I
sometimes-
can't put my finger on it. It's like a pop, like a Euro pop star.
I felt like he had kind of like Rick Astley.
Yeah, like a Rick Astley.
It was like Rick Astley in the desert.
Rick Astley.
When I've done some song demos of my own stuff, and it's stuff I've been working on for like 4+ years at this point, and I'm gonna put it out soon, but I just like have been working on it.
Yeah.
But there's points where like if I do it on the first run, I sound almost like how I do now, and I'm like, well, let me actually dedicate to how I want to sound, to the point where like I've sent stuff to like D-Rob, for example, and he was like,
Shout out D-Rob.
Yo,
He's in a new
shout
band,
out
right?
D-Rob.
He's in a new band now, right? Or
Yeah, it's called Hosley.
yeah, I just
Hosley,
got followed by them.
Yeah, dude, fucking killer shit. He was talking to me about doing some shooting soon, and I know I was telling him the second we get a show in the backyard again, because he was one of the people pushing him, like, let's get you fucking headlining.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
D-Rob, what
Yo,
a guy.
Reed,
awesome.
speaking of that, a new thing also that has happened this past month. You are now officially part of Flick Liver.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Reed, you're in
Fuck yeah.
Flick Liver, dude.
Go.
Yo,
Shout out
I
Paul.
remember you kind of dropped it to us.
Congrats.
Because I was just like, yeah, what are you doing later? You're like, oh, I'm going to or I asked you if you were playing with them, and you were like, in the very, very modest Reed way, you were like, yeah, actually, after the show, I think I'm a part of the band. Actually.
Yeah,
And I was like, what, dude?
And there was definitely a point with like the fucking the show we were doing it, where I was like, and there's a lot going on, so I didn't prep as well as I wanted to. And Paul's definitely a guy who's like, he wants to get shit done, and it is always a
Paul
point where,
likes
like,
to sound tight.
Totally.
When he plays live, yeah.
And I'll catch him at those points where like it happened when I was going to get stuff. He was like, I mean, I'm sure it'll sound good, because he maybe wanted to like kind of balance, and I'm like, nah, dude. You got to sound. I'm trying to honor that shit. So I went home and got my notes. I'm like, all right, I'm good. And
Yeah.
when we did this show, I was like, oh, it was good. It was
Listen,
so well
bro,
done.
Flick Liver is already a fire band as a 3-piece, but adding some synth and some keys and some horn in that shit, dude.
And Ariel.
Dude, shout out to Ariel too, joining the band. I will say Flick Liver as a 5-piece sounded fucking awesome.
It was full. It was real nice.
It was a really cool sound, bro.
Hell
It's
yeah,
fucking awesome.
dude.
Everyone's it's so weird. Like 2020 really disguises itself as such a terrible year, which it really is. It's a fucking shit show, flaming dumpster of a year. It really is. But it's like when you're like grateful for the bad so you can appreciate the good. A lot of that has been happening this year. There's like little roses that bloom in this like shit garden. You know what I mean? Where every now
Yeah.
and then you're like, you know what, man? That's kind of cool though. This
Absolutely.
podcast, you know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
this pod coming out of the quarantine is fucking awesome. So, bro, Flick Liver, Grizz, 89, some co-high shit coming out soon, bro.
Hell yeah.
Some site close maybe soon.
probably 2021.
2021. No one's rushing because
Oh yeah. So I had sent something to D-Rob and just wrapped that. He's like, it's like, oh, you sound great. But like, who is that singing in the other part of the song? Like, that's also me.
me.
He's like, what? Like, oh yeah.
It's a nice compliment sometimes. Like like to make things.
Yeah,
And I
dude.
like when like the process of putting it out there helps move the process of me making something else. Like when it's
Yeah.
out there, I'm just like, okay, now let's do something else. So like I just like putting it out there just for that fact. But like it really goes a long way when someone who you respect or appreciate or whatever like comes along and says something cool. Cause like I mean Tony is our boy. Cartel is just the homie.
Yeah.
But like Cartel is like
You guys do videos.
yo, shout out to iDrops too. Like Cartel's that guy, you know what I mean? Like he really is he's done a lot.
He's been there.
Bro, I was at the barbershop the other day. Funny ass story. 2 stories about the barbershop. I was at the barbershop the other day and I'm talking to this dude. Day I've been to the barbershop in months because of the quarantine. It was just such good vibes. Everybody in there was like super cool and talkative and stuff. So we're talking about hip hop and stuff. And then me and this guy started talking about Griselda. And we started talking about like we started talking about like Smoke DZA and stuff. And I'm like, yo, my boy Tony, he's like performing Smoke DZA and shit. He's like, oh Tony, man, you know Cartel. I'm like, oh shit, that's so funny. He showed me like a picture of him. He's like, yeah, bro, it's the homie. I'm like, yo, this is cool. I'm like, word, this is what I mean. And then side story, I was sitting in the fucking chair and we start talking. I was sitting waiting, and some guy was sitting in the chair, and we're all like talking about weed and shit. And I'm talking about like when I went to California and I got some cookies and stuff. And this guy's like, man, you like weed, bro? Check this out. and he pulls out his phone. And he starts showing a nug of weed like in this giant grow up, like this warehouse, and we're everybody in the barbershop is like, damn, bro, like, okay, I see you, man, you be doing your thing. And then he pulls out a jar of pre-rolls, opens up the jars of pre-rolls, tells everyone to smell it, and then starts handing out the pre-rolls to everybody. Just like, here, yo, just take one, bro. Take my number down. We're all just like,
And that's the difference between a black barbershop and Supercuts.
yeah, bro, that's why you go there. But that was just all a crazy tangent. But to say that, like, you know, so random homie at the barbershop also respects Tony or Cartel to whatever level, right? So like, I put out a random ass freestyle at 2 o'clock in the morning, and then Cartel's like, yo, this shit hot. And it's like, cool. You know what I'm saying on this part? That part's really good. You're like,
No, that's
it's just me. Why? Who's
that,
asking?
That reminded me too, cause like fucking I was telling Grizz, like there's like several parts on Rebirth in the Underworld, like I know it's you, but it's like that sounds like different people.
No, for sure.
Or you release different takes.
Nah,
yeah.
it's all fucked with the vocals.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Vocals
fuck
are
yeah.
severely fucked with on that whole thing.
Hell yeah, dude.
Shout out to Grizz, yo.
Grizz, wherever he may be.
Yo, what are you guys grateful for this year?
Honestly, this.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I wouldn't say I take it for granted, but like I forget. And I often say not to get too sentimental. And actually, no, to get too sentimental.
Oh, boy.
You know, you talk about like, oh, one of my favorite movies or one of my favorite days. Nah, moving back to Rahway, best decision I've ever made. And we're literally like, it's not when we're working, we're chilling. We're working, but we're chilling. And it's
We're
like it's
chilling.
just doing shit with you. I'm grateful for that shit. We've gotten to do a lot of that this year.
I'm grateful for the cool stuff that we all do. I definitely forgot how fun this podcast was.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was just like, yo, this shit mad fun. I was like, you're
Taking a shot at the
shit.
beginning is pretty sweet. We should do that often.
No.
Yeah, Reed smokes no weed, but he's like, yo, we should drink a little bit more tequila.
Some deli, some
Yeah,
tequila.
dude. I took like the double shot, been drinking, 2 smoke. I literally took 2 hits this whole time. Perfect. You gotta know your limits.
I'm grateful that we got that motherfucker Trump out of office.
God,
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I'm still alive and that we're all still alive and that I haven't lost anybody to the Resident Evil virus around the world. For sure. Yo, I'm grateful that it seems that we're getting through the, like, we're not going like unscathed or unwounded, but we're getting through this year.
I can feel it moving somewhere.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
I'll take that.
There's like you know, on a super duper cloudy day, when like the sun parts through the clouds for a second, but then goes behind the clouds again. But then like every now and then, like the sun will come out for a second and then go away again. I feel like that's what November's been feeling like. It's like, all right, I think it
Yeah.
might be sunny tomorrow. I'm not sure. I know it's gonna be cloudy for the rest of today, but I feel like
I think it'll be sunny in the spring.
You know what I mean?
And it's like showing like, we're gonna be good. You got a little bit more to go.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
You're gonna be good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like there's a few hours of school left. You're like, oh,
Might be a little warm. The sun might be hitting you in the right angle. You feel
yeah.
warm.
I'm grateful. I'm not grateful for the fact that my birthday is on Thanksgiving this year.
Yeah.
I really don't like that.
You have to light your
Happens.
wishbone.
Yeah, I don't like that shit. Yeah, I gotta smoke the wishbone this Thursday.
Yeah, dude.
I was born on Thanksgiving.
Swishbone.
Which I do like. I like the fact that I was born on Thanksgiving. I think that's interesting. But I don't like having.
Born on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, but I don't like having my birthday on Thanksgiving for some reason. It just feels like I'm not getting all the attention I really want.
I guess what
you know
will
what I
happen
mean?
every 24 years or some shit.
It happens like every like
8 years or
I
some
think
shit.
like 6. I don't know how the leap year works.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not good at math, but like it happens every couple of years. I like it on Black Friday. That shit is lit. Whenever there's a Black Friday. Buy some shit. My dad called me earlier on some like super nice shit. He was like, hey, what's going on, Angel? I was like, not much, just hanging out. I was like, he was like, you guys doing the podcast tonight? I was like, we
Nice.
are actually doing the podcast. He was like, what do you want for your birthday? I've never been able to, like, I can make a Christmas list if you want me to. Like, I can like give you some concepts of what I might want if I think hard about it. But I've never been like, yo, what do you want for your birthday? And I'm like, I know exactly what it is that I want. So I was just like, I don't know, Dad. I don't know. He was just like, you want some money? I was like, yeah. I'm like,
Works.
sure. That sounds fucking great.
I know there's points where I never knew, to the point where like one year when I knew, I was like, I actually know what I want. But usually I'm like, I don't know.
And I'm like, Dad, you want to buy me a PlayStation 5?
Dude, if you can find one.
It's just like, yo, Dad, you want to give me a coronavirus vaccine? Like, early? Like, do you have to connect?
Yeah, dude.
Did you guys get a PlayStation 5 yet?
Not
Hell
yet.
no. We were saying we're gonna hold off earlier.
I mean, they have the.
I mean, I didn't want to hold off.
Oh, you're just holding off because you have to.
Well, I just missed, like, you know, I tried on Walmart and all the other fucking things.
Are you going to try every time it tries to come up?
Yeah, I'll still try.
All right, so the 25th. What's up?
Yeah, I know, 25. Yeah, I know. But, like, the fact that I've been missing, I was like, all right, I'm just going to buy Assassin's Creed. Because you could get it for PS5 even when you buy it for the...
Yeah.
You could just upgrade it.
Oh,
I still,
it doesn't matter.
I still haven't played The Last of Us 2 because my PlayStation 2 broke.
Oh, dude.
My PlayStation 4 broke right before. My PlayStation 2 broke. People
Dude,
were like,
I guess it's just
like, that's not really the system that one's on. But my PlayStation 4 broke right when I bought Last of Us 2. But as soon as I get the PS5, I can just re-download it. Yo, it plays all the PlayStation 4, or not all, but a solid amount of the PlayStation 4 games in 60 frames or 120 frames.
Really?
So, like, off the rip.
So maybe
it's
I should
pretty much
wait.
like having a remastered, like all your PS4 library is like totally remastered already, which is kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I really want that shit.
Yeah. No.
yeah.
I really want that
It's
shit.
huge. I
It's
took
so
that for
big.
granted.
No, it's big.
It's like probably the size of my like desktop, which is like pretty tall. Or
It
not
looks
tall,
like a
but,
hefty
like-
boy.
That is what?
It's actually, like, taller than you.
Right, because we came from an era where everything, when it was becoming, whether it's phones or tablets or that systems, they just get sleeker. Like, oh, we have the PlayStation 3, but we got the PS3 Slim. Now. Yeah, and then
Yeah,
it's like big.
for sure.
The PS5 is giant.
Yeah, people have been able to buy. I think it's still been hard to get the Xbox Series X. Also, like it
Yeah.
hasn't been super easy to get that one. But the smaller one, like the Xbox X or something, like Xbox fucked up with their naming structure so bad. But
The Xbox SS.
apparently that one like has a developer mode. So you turn the developer mode on, and then you like click all the triggers a couple times, and like the small Xbox, the new one, and it becomes like a great emulator machine. Like it can. Yeah, and people were. I was just reading about it earlier today, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm sure like people are actually going to find a lot of use out of that. It's $300. It's not really.
Really?
It's not that bad. Like the small one, not the really behemoth one.
Oh, okay.
But it's like
Not
their-
the fridge.
It's like they came out with their
Okay, so
Slim with their.
What are the
initial
two
one.
versions called?
So
The
there's
Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series XS.
Then there's
I
also the
think that's way
Xbox
too close to
SSX Tricky, which can only play SSX
Tricky.
games.
That's
Yeah, let's get that for the King Pax.
Oh, it was fucking funny, dude. Oh, bro, but
Only
listen,
snowboard on this one, bro.
listen, if anyone gets that PlayStation 5 early, we're not gonna put it on the projector because we really want to use those. I just want to use the controller. Apparently, the controller's incredible.
Yeah.
like it's
Oh,
got like
yeah.
crazy, insane haptic feedback. So like when you're walking over like glass or something, it feels like you're walking on glass. Or you're walking on
Shit.
like a metal
You start bleeding.
floor. It's
You're
like,
PS5's amazing.
It's so wild because it got all that, and even then, you're like, someone on Twitter said like, oh, the controller design is amazing. I was looking at it like, oh, it's so great. It's got little triangles and X's.
oh yeah, that's true.
They kept the X's.
The interesting, one of the more interesting things too is like the adaptive triggers, which I don't like. I understand in concept, but like the way everyone explains it, it's like you really have to experience it. Like there's a resistance on the triggers that is designed for every game. Like you get used to for every game. Every game programs the resistance on the triggers differently. So say like a game can come out later where like say you're playing some adventure single player game and the gun jams. You shoot the handgun a couple times the trigger, but one time you shoot it, it'll lock the trigger. So that like you can't put it down anymore. or anything. I'm like, yo, that's so cool. It's so interesting. Like what a way to like keep innovating like video games past, because I don't think graphics are innovating yet still. Like the PS5 and the Xbox
They
Series X
just
games,
they hit a point.
they look super great and they look beautiful and stuff. I just don't think it can look cleaner than that. photorealistic
No.
Yeah.
video games
It still
yet.
looks like a video game, which
Yeah.
I'm okay with.
I'm cool
Yeah.
with.
Yeah,
As
I
soon
don't
as we
want
get
to
to realism, isn't that like what the simulation theory is? Is if you can't distinguish the game from real life, then it's
the uncanny valley.
then how can you know what I mean? Like,
How can you know what you mean?
yo,
No, yeah, that's right. That's the canny valley at that point.
Canny,
Cammy Valley?
Canny.
Canny.
How do we get to the
Valley.
Cammy Valley?
Yo,
Yo, all you gotta do is pray.
yo, you tell us, Cam.
Yeah, yeah.
You tell me, Cam.
That's
me.
for fact.
Cammy Valley.
Yo, what if your nickname was Cammy? I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
Let's do it.
I can't lie.
C-A-M-I.
We're all pretty close. My butthole clenched. I
Oh,
was like, nope.
guys, before podcast needs to start getting a little bit more outrageous, and we really got to
That's why I
start getting
talked
more
about Batman
controversial.
killing babies.
Yeah, I was gonna mention it when you mentioned that earlier, but Reed definitely showed up with the butthole clenching
And the Coochie Ranch.
Dude,
Coochie
Let's
rant.
go.
My bad. I said Coochie Ranch, but you know.
This
Coochie
time I feel like a Coochie Ranch,
Oh,
dude.
Yo.
Reed's Coochie Ranch.
Show
about-
up, show up.
That Gucci rant.
Yo,
How do you guys like that segue?
that was a perfect segue.
That was pretty good.
Yo,
Hey,
toasted segue.
Yeah.
As a quick side note before you start, I was thinking about why do I feel so great, so talkative, chilling. Yeah, it's the first podcast back, but I gotta say that key, double shot tequila in the beginning is kind of a winner.
Yo, Cam poured those shots of tequila earlier, and we all looked at them and we went, "My shot glasses."
Like I get why they make shot glasses that size because it looks better, but like I hate shot glasses that aren't proper shot glasses.
Yeah, that shit was
Like,
definitely like,
it's
2.5
annoying.
ounces, 2
Because
ounces.
it fucks you.
Now
It
it's
fucks with you.
two. Never mind.
All right, for the black segment of the week, 89 the Brainchild will divulge onto his opinions about the Gucci Mane versus Young Jeezy versus battle
Quick,
at Magic City,
before you do
Atlanta.
that,
Before we do that,
We need a sound bar and like something that'll have a visual. It's like, oh, for a black segment of the podcast, you hit the button. Emblem pops up.
True.
It pops up. It's like, hey, and the Brainchild.
Yeah.
Black news.
Black news.
All right, wait, I got it. Here's a black news segment theme song. I'm gonna sing it every week.
no.
Black.
Black,
News.
black.
News.
News. All
Nice.
right, 89.
Thank you. I'm 89 the Brainchild. This is Black News. Over the past couple days, we are reeling from one of the greatest versus battles that happened in all of versus battles. Quarantine. We had Atlanta's own Gucci Mane versus Young Jeezy.
Yeah.
Trap legends, hip hop legends, Southern pioneers, fierce rivals.
I thought them niggas was gonna shoot each other.
Real talk, man. This shit got lit. It started off where, all right, you know what? I will say that the Versus series has been very entertaining.
It has.
I have
Quick
like,
question: who runs versus? Where
That is Timbaland and
And
Swizz
Oh, okay.
Beats.
Oh, okay.
They are together with, I'm sure, a whole
Niggas
bunch of
getting
other white
paid
people.
for that shit.
But yeah, they've been running that, and they got Gucci Mane versus Young Jeezy. For those who are unaware, they both started. They popped off for a record called So Icy. They had a feud over the who the record belonged to, and that feud turned into a little bit of diss tracks and some gunplay, leading to Gucci Mane killing one of Young Jeezy's mans,
So a little bit of
who
gunplay.
came to kill.
Just a little bit of gunplay.
No, yeah, and Gucci Mane beat the charge of self-defense.
I had heard that Jeezy's life, he put a hit out on Gucci's chain, and the story has kind of like telephoned.
Sometimes the chain is worth
into-
someone's life.
The story has telephoned into Jeezy put a hit out on Gucci's life, but it really wasn't his. He wasn't trying to kill Gucci. He just wanted his
Chief
chain.
Keef
Yeah,
lost
no,
the
but
chain
yo, but the
and
thing is,
tried
yo,
to blow up
when you take
True.
when you take the head honchos, like their label chain,
Right.
like if that's like taking
Don't get me wrong, that's-
if you took G Unit, like you took the G Unit spinner from 50 Cent at the height of his glory, that's like, oh, yo, like you just took the queen off the chessboard right there, like yo, like you about to,
Nah, I feel
like
you.
you're going for the
Also,
for
you
the kill.
took a huge chunk of their paycheck, technically, because that's
Yeah.
investment.
Yeah,
so.
man, that is investment, but
I did not think that there was something going into the battle where I was just like, they're not gonna get super disrespectful. They're gonna like be performatively disrespectful, right? And then Gucci Mane opened up with a brand new diss track about Young Jeezy, right? And I was like, okay, it's pretty funny. It wasn't crazy. It wasn't like it was disrespectful, but it was still like the amount of disrespect that I imagined that they were gonna give. So I was like, okay, cool. This is gonna probably be what I want. And then, like, so Jeezy was like,
this was like, that was like round 1 of 20.
Of 20, yeah. Jeezy was like, what I'm gonna do instead, because I guess he's like older and more mature and stuff, which is it's honestly true.
It's commendable.
He was like, I'm gonna tell a story of my career through these songs, which is what like a lot of people on these versus battles do. Like they'll like be like, here's
it's like storytellers.
Here's like, I'll tell you my whole story or whatever, like against somebody. But Jeezy was not having none of that shit. He was, every time Jeezy would play some shit, Gucci would be like, nigga, fuck that shit. Pretty much. It's like, that's whack. You broke. Look at what he said, look at what I'm wearing. Please look at the fit and look at my opponent. He was like, look at my opponent.
Oh man.
But I think it must have been like in the 13th or the 14th.
It was 17.
The 17th round.
In the 17th round,
Gucci played a diss track called Truth, which is a diss that he made about the situation from back in the day.
Where he murdered Jeezy's man.
He fucking killed Jeezy's dude.
Murder him. He shot him in self-defense.
Yeah, he self-defended himself. But I did not think they were going to play that diss track. And
he performed it.
He performed the shit out of it. And they, at the end, when the song cut off, as Jeezy was just like sitting there in his his throne,
thinking about it, just thinking about the lyrics.
He was just like, "Yeah, you gonna have to dig your partner up." He's like, "We gonna go to the cemetery and dig your fucking partner up."
Yo, I take them all. Like, yo, you got some more killers. Send them over here. I'll send them in a box right back to you. I was like, oh my god.
His boy's name was Pookie Loke. He was like, "We're smoking on Pookie Loke pack tonight." I was like.
The animosity was as strong as it was 15 years ago.
Yo, I was like, these niggas from one party though, which is the interesting part, because Jeezy got up and was just like, listen, man,
he gave that real strong MLK, please.
He said, when I extended this olive branch to you, you know, and you said you accepted. I thought we was gonna be doing this for Nipsey, dog, for King Von. I thought we was gonna be doing this for Pop Smoke, and I was just like, damn, this nigga's invoking all the dead niggas' name.
And then he went to one of my favorite songs, bro.
I was like, I don't know.
Yo, but he went into one of my favorite songs out there, bottom of the map. Some of my shit.
I will say, Jeezy had more hits.
I get your mind right, my bad.
He had more hits for sure. And I fuck with Gucci.
I love Jeezy records.
I think Gucci won that battle based on disrespect and just the size of his balls were just so much bigger than Jeezy's balls.
All right, two things. All right, one, I understand Gucci's hostility still, or animosity still, just for the fact that Jeezy's sitting there not being a sore loser. That's what he's like, yo, my man failed the mission, unfortunately.
Cool. Jeezy did that?
Pookie. Jeezy saying that, like, you know what? Like you have the right to talk your shit because I said, like, you play defense to my offense.
Well, no, Jeezy came on The Breakfast Club the next morning and was literally just like, bro, that shit happened 15 years ago. He was like, if I were to sit there and react like I would about something that happened 15 years ago today, what would that mean?
Yeah, no, yo, because at the end of the day, he took it to that level. Mm-hmm. So Jeezy's gonna sit there like, you know, listen, what, you got that. If you still feel a certain way,
I didn't want anyone to get shot, right?
No one got shot.
No one got shot.
No fight.
They had an after party.
This guy standing on the side.
Up at the end.
They ended up performing So Icy, which was the record that kind of like started the rift in the first place.
Yeah, at the very end.
So this was the first time that they ever performed the record. So it was a big deal.
That song fucking sucks, because I remember hate that fucking song.
Hey man, but you know what it's a beautiful moment in hip hop history.
I will say, yo, because Cat brought it up, because I listened to like I think it was 21 Savage Manager. I guess he was talking about it. He was like, yo, it's crazy because like for us, like with Young Jeezy, it was like the Snowman t-shirts that kind of got us in trouble and shit. But in Atlanta, if you was really rocking the Snowman t-shirt, that was a sign of allegiance. Like, so when the Gucci, like, you think about...
That's fucking corny.
No, real talk, because you think about all the young rappers now, like, a lot of them got their style from Gucci Mane. like think how deep that shit is. Like where you had kids whose families they fathers, they uncles, or they cousins was working like at these clubs in Atlanta, and yo,
Gucci Mane talking about all his drugs, and they was just like, yeah, this nigga, my father is dead, bro. He's like, this is my daddy, yo.
Yo, but real shit. Yo, you had cats out really, like you had cats in Atlanta like that was growing up that couldn't really like fuck with each other because like people was affiliated with like certain sides.
You should never beef with anybody over shit that's not actually you. It's like East Coast,
Yankees,
West Coast
Mets, let's go,
you know
bro.
what I mean? It's just like, how can you hate somebody about their sports team? How can you hate somebody because they like Gucci Mane?
Yo, you listen to Gucci
I'm like, they're saying the exact same things, nigga. They have the same value system. You guys are the same person.
And odds are you're both listening to each other.
Odds are you guys are the same person. It's just like, what do you do? Well, I fucking bust guns and sell crack in Atlanta, nigga. It's like, well, what do you do? Well, me, I shoot pistols and sell crack in Atlanta. Dog is like, oh, well, I don't know. If
ain't no different than fucking like niggas claiming gangs in fucking New York and they still shooting at each other.
Oh, well, gangsters stupid too.
Yeah, yo, it's all the same shit. It's all frivolous.
I think Cameron and Reed should join a gang.
Which gang?
The police.
KKK? Oh, that's the same joke. Let's go.
Yep. Police Academy, the reboot is coming soon, baby.
You said which gang? The KKK?
So it seems like Gucci won the fight. Is there any? Do they announce the winner? Because I don't want to.
No, they don't.
They just let it. They just let shit.
Yeah, which
go.
is like how real rap battle works.
Yeah,
but
right.
I think Gucci won the battle and Jeezy won the war. Is how that goes. Because Jeezy ended up looking like the better man.
I think
Gucci,
even like within the music, like song for song.
Yeah, and Jeezy's always had better songs than Gucci. Gucci's just fucking hilarious.
Gucci's fun.
It's like what I said on Twitter the next morning. I was just like, I feel like people fail to forget that Gucci Mane is a fucking maniac. He's like cleaned his fucking act up like crazy. He's got fit and he's got nice teeth and shit now. But that motherfucker is insane.
Yeah,
and like
I might be.
Like, bro, I forget. Like it was like 2013, 14, where Gucci Mane was just like going wild on Twitter, and he was just like sitting there and like saying things, and he was just like, "Yeah, I fucked Nicki Minaj." He was like, I fucked this person, or this person and this person fucked each other, or whatever. He was like, me and Future had a train on this bitch. And I was like, Gucci, you're bugging. I don't know what's going on right now. You're bugging.
Gucci Mane threw a bitch out of a moving car. I will never forget.
What?
I had to report on that story when I was like,
sometimes you gotta keep your pimp hand strong.
What was the tweet? It was like Gucci Mane was totally the little kid that got the pizza party canceled in class.
And then they quote tweeted it with a picture of him, and I was just like, yep, that's him. That's the motherfucker who just did not let me have that 4 centimeter
he will
slice of
ruin
pizza.
the joy for everyone.
He just kept calling the teacher a bitch. She's like, you know what? We're not having the pizza party now.
I hope
That was
Gucci,
like, damn it.
Gucci.
I was gonna say I hope Gucci never hears this podcast, but I feel like he'd get a kick out of this.
Oh shit. Yo, I love Gucci.
He'd
Mane.
listen to this and be like, Gucci, and be like,
Yes. Speaking of memed stuff, Gucci, if you do hear this, thank you for that track off one of your first mixtapes. That sounds like a Crash Bandicoot song.
were we supposed to know that reference?
Yeah, I'm like, yo,
Did you not see that?
I wish you knew the
Which
fucking
one?
song.
There's like I have to find. Oh, I can find it. But like, there's a song off one of his first mixtapes, and the beat sounds like a Crash Bandicoot backing track from like just like a random level.
I mean, I feel like a lot of those old
Producers.
games sound just like actual motherfucking music sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A lot of Soulja Boy beats.
There's a lot of people who like, the guy that does the music for Michael Giacchino. He has a lot of the songs for, like Lost, J.J. Abrams' work. But he started doing like Medal of Honor.
Oh, it's dope.
That. Yeah.
Yo, the new Bring Me the Horizon album, which I think is fucking amazing. Post-traumatic or post-survival horror. Yeah, post-survival horror. I think it's really, 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 really good. It's like talks a lot about like the pandemic and shit that's going on, like in a super tasteful way. But the guy who produced the whole thing is the guy who does like all the score and soundtrack for like Doom and like Wolfenstein and shit.
Nice.
So the whole EP has like this like general sound of like fast, like vicious, visceral, like you're going through a Doom dungeon, like killing things super duper fast. And it's just like, whoa, this kind of sounds like a video game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that shit's pretty fucking cool. Fuck that shit.
Dude, yeah, and it's funny how the things work inversely, because you're mentioning The Last of Us Part 2. There's a lot of songs from that game that I've listened to, just because of like the value of them cinematically.
I feel like video game music is super important. I feel like, dude, I forget.
Spend so much time in it now.
Underwater video game music, stuff like that.
Who
like
just
it
got
just
asked that?
becomes so.
Oh, fucking Sean Evans just asked Thundercat that on Hot Ones. He was like, how important is video game music? And Thundercat like put his wing down and was like, thank you for asking me that question. Such an important question. I'm like, yo, for real. If the game to a music sucks, but the game is awesome, you're gonna still play the game, sure. If the music to a game is incredible and the game is good too, it's like it might be your favorite game ever or something. You know what I mean?
God
like,
of Wars a lot back in the day.
you remember the fucking Halo theme? Bro, like just think about going through a fucking part in the campaign with a warthog and you hear like the dun, 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 you're just like, yo.
Shit, even classic Mario themes.
Oh, of course, bro.
Like-
Super Mario, it starts with Super Mario. To
That's
be
what I'm saying.
honest
Like,
with you.
that, like especially with the underwater, and then that adapts to everywhere. Where like if
Oh, the
you're
Super Mario
underwater, you
underwater
get this
theme.
melodic.
Yeah,
ass
for sure.
fucking
You get
just,
like those do 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 do
minor ass.
Yeah, I like water levels. I mean, I don't like playing them, but I do like
Yeah.
the
ice
sound
zones.
design.
Yeah, they are notoriously difficult too, because a lot of games
Water
back
levels are the worst,
They
bro.
because they wouldn't have the physics. They were just like, oh, this must be what underwater like, and
Yeah.
just shuttle you around
You
the
took
fucking.
you took the words out of my mouth. I watched some video about underwater levels one time, and it was pretty much just like they just do like no one. There was no set rule for physics for underwater levels, so everyone makes different rules for their underwater physics, which ends up making it all super duper fucking hard. You're just like, God damn it. I can't walk in your game. I can't walk in your game. I can't.
You gotta
swim
get the
in
metal boots, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh, the metal
Zelda.
boots. It'll sink you.
Yep.
That's fucking right.
Zelda did good underwater levels.
Oh, what else was metal boots? That was Super Mario.
Super Mario metal boots. Yeah, Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's on Nintendo. It's on.
That's right. Like, just give the character metal boots. They'll go to the bottom of the water. Next.
Physics, motherfucker.
It's true. It makes sense. Like, we're gonna make up something new. Metal boots is one of the easiest things.
I just like the way everyone's saying metal boots.
metal.
Metal boots. I was thinking
Metal
those are the two options for the episode name: metal boots and black, 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 black. But maybe metal boots. At
I was
this
just
point.
gonna name it like "We're Back" or something like the
We're
return.
black, black,
We're
black,
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 black, black. Oh my god!
Yes.
Name it Reed's Coochie Rant.
Hell yeah, dude.
Reed's
Oh,
Coochie Ranch Rant.
Wait, we've made it to the coochie rant.
We might. Who knows?
Let's
we didn't go indoor, outdoor, indoor, outdoor.
Oh yeah, that fucking bullshit.
the
Fucking the Eating Huts.
Eating
yeah.
Huts. That's my new fast food
I
restaurant
was about to say,
chain.
you been to Eaton Hut?
Listen,
I'm
I was
Eating Huts.
I was telling 89 when we were walking over here. I remember going to the city with him like maybe like a month ago for going to like the Zero Space thing, and like we had been to the city maybe like a month or two prior,
Yeah, for the Macy's run.
and they had done a bunch of the like the outdoor dining like tents and shit like on the sidewalks, and that was starting, and I was like, wow, okay, like I can see how a lot of these restaurants and businesses are trying to adapt, like so interesting. I remember looking at like what was it, Miss Korea Barbecue or some shit, which is
Oh,
like
yeah.
usually like a 3 or 4 story dining place in Koreatown, and they were closed, and they had like outdoor seating with like 7 tables, and I'm
If
like,
that.
dude, this is a place that's 3 stories tall, and they have 7 tables. That's nuts.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then I went with him the second time. I remember walking past these buildings now, these new buildings, these wood buildings, and walking past
These
them
shacks.
and literally like knocking on the wood and being like, bro, they're just building their business
dude.
again, like on the sidewalk. Like if it's enclosed, which a lot of them were, they were enclosed in a weird way. They'd have like an open door, so there's like no door in the doorway area, but there's windows and shit, and they're closed. So I'm just like, bro, that's just indoor dining.
Right.
It's just being inside.
And look, I'm no crazy politician, but like, have they considered continuing the policy of giving the people the money and keeping them indoors?
No, they haven't. They literally went home on a second. The Congress just went home on a second vacation during not passing us another stimulus. The second time. So they've been on vacation 2 times since not giving us money again. Which when I say it like that, giving us money, it sounds so gross. But like, look at the rest of the world, and like they really are giving people money.
But can't give us safety.
Like that. What was it in Canada? They gave them like $2,000 a month for like 6 months.
Yeah, dude. New Zealand. I don't know how they're doing now, but at a point they're like doing like concerts or something again. It's like,
Oh yeah,
see?
no, they're doing.
New
They're
Zealand's
doing
back,
great.
baby.
They're
New Zealand has killed coronavirus 2 times.
You know, people are like, "Oh, I want to move to Canada or move to this or that." I've seen some stuff recently, and just over the years, I'm like, I don't know. I wouldn't, if I could move all my people, like if I could move like
All
100 of my
people.
people to New Zealand, I'd probably be fine. Like my circle, and then
people.
like the people I just see at the bar, like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" Like some of those can come too.
Yeah, you're like, let me pick up the whole entire fucking waiting room and take it with me to New Zealand, dude. Nah, I definitely feel you.
I feel like
what
Mondo would
if-
make a good New Zealander.
Are you guys gonna be? I mean, I've talked shit about the indoor, outdoor structure, but I'll probably check them out.
Yeah.
Though. You know
We
what I
have
mean?
one down on Cherry Street. I'll pass by. I don't know if I'll go underneath and hug people.
Yeah, they're making 3 of them in Rahway.
Yeah, like are they even like? Are they cleaning these spaces out? Because it's not like they got vents in that bitch.
Yeah, like, are they gonna employ people to sanitize the tables that people eat at? You know what I mean? Like, it's such like a, it's a totally American concept of what's happening right now. It's just like, we got to keep the money flowing in somehow. I'm like, but are you thinking about how that, the logistics of it? And they're like, got to keep the money flowing in somehow. And you're just like,
No, I even thought it
but
now.
are you
I'm
thinking
like,
about the
Man,
details? And
because
they're just like,
my argument,
but you got to keep the money flowing in somehow.
dude. Yeah, my argument beforehand had been something like, what was it like? You know, if everyone just gets picked off, who's going to spend the money? But realistically, there will always be enough people to keep spending the money. It's like, fuck, I wish I could say I have an argument, but I guess you motherfuckers win.
No, yeah, it's just like, got to keep the economy going. It's just like, you could just keep the economy going yourselves while you shut everything down.
Just print the
It's
money.
like,
It's fucking
you
know what I
got
mean?
you got first. There's like a leak coming in from the ceiling, and you're like, all right, let's get a bucket. Well, you know, we keep going. We put a bucket under it, and it keeps getting more and more. You're like, all right, get a bigger bucket. We'll get like more buckets. We'll keep switching them out.
Yep.
We'll keep getting big buckets. We'll have a designated guy to go dump the buckets outside to bring them back, so we have empty buckets again. But we'll stay open.
Like, what
Who
if
cares
you
about the leak?
try
You
to
could
fix the
close
leak, though?
and fix the leak. No. We got a system in place.
Yeah.
We got a bucket guy. We got a runner. We got hella empty, various sized buckets. We got a tub practically. We're fine.
Gotta
You should run for
cleanse those
office.
motherfuckers.
You should run for office, Cam.
Yo, dude.
That's
Dude.
exactly how they think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
See if
guys.
Grizz is available for VP.
I'm not old enough now. Well, I could run for
36.
like mayor or something. You know?
Can you run for mayor? Is there an age limit on mayor?
I could run for like.
I think you have to be at least 7 years old to
I
be.
could run for. I could run for president.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it.
Yo, Grizz is
I'm
in.
running for president.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna be the president.
Here we go. That's the new name of the fucking podcast. Sleepy Joe's going down.
Jesus Christ. I
That's
do
a
not-
bad first podcast back from the election.
Yeah, it was like Sleepy Joe's going down. I'm like, Jesus.
So bad.
They
We're
think,
doing so well,
they
man.
think we want you. They're gonna think we want them to keep counting the votes, or wait, or maybe to stop counting the votes, or actually wait, to keep counting the votes.
So you
No,
got
wait, hold on, wait.
Yo, wrap that shit
Stop
up.
counting the
B.
votes.
Just do one every other day.
Wait, hold on. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to stop counting the votes in the places where I'm losing. I mean, in the places where I'm winning, but in the places where I'm losing, keep counting the votes.
Let me tell you what I'm gonna do to the fucking naysayers. Why don't you take this Palo fucking Santo, swallow it down your gullet, and just get used to
All right,
it?
guys. Reed really wants you to know that he has Palo Santo in his hand,
I
so
do.
we'll just talk about it, I guess.
I know. I was just cleansing. I think
Anything else about the Palo Santo, Reed?
it smells very nice.
You put it in your coochie, Reed.
I put it in my.
I've always thought all those things like Palo Santo and sage and shit, you smell like Catholic churches. Like, I guess just from being in like fucking Catholic school, like in middle school, just like every time I walk in, I'm like, this shit smells like pews and the Eucharist. Like, I just don't want.
That's a wood chip.
I know. I'm sorry if that was intrusive.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, good.
It's just
Love
my
that
opinion.
shit.
I don't give a fuck.
I love
You
that
gotta, you
shit.
gotta cancel out all the evil energies,
But
bro.
it's a strong smell. Though.
That's a wood chip.
Dude, we smoke weed
I could
like
bring you-
publicly. It's okay,
That's a
dude. It's
strong
all right,
smell.
dude.
I
It's
could bring
an
you to
odor.
an elementary school and find a bunch of that on the playground.
Yo,
Because Cam is a sorcerer, dude. He makes Palo Santo wherever he goes.
Speaking of like Catholic Church stuff, I know this might just be like a church
interesting
stuff.
segue.
go.
Let's see where this is going.
But my sister and I, we used to take our hands and we'd do this.
Whoa, what are you guys talking about right now?
These were finger friends.
Don't take it there. Don't take it there.
No, I'm not. And I always have to emphasize before I say me and my sister had finger friends that like it's nothing crazy. It's nothing crazy, I swear to God. They would just walk. They'd walk like this. They had 3 legs.
Why 3 legs?
That's also troublesome. But my mom was, she was in a chorus when we were like for Christmas. So me and my sister were like waiting as kids. We're like, wait, there's like a little pool of water, like finger friend pool party. And then one of the people running the place like, that's holy water. Like, oh shit.
Dude,
sorry, I didn't think of
you
that.
know how they make the water holy, right?
No.
They bless it.
For finger friends.
I can't say it. Should I say it?
With the cup
what
of
were you gonna say?
Pope come.
Yo, yesterday I saw somebody. I hope this person does not listen to this podcast because they're gonna know it's them. But yesterday I saw somebody. They were like trying to be super cool on Twitter. They were like, "Yo, this girl, I'm fucking with this girl. I didn't even know she had a man, but like now I know she got a man, and now she like, oh, he's not even like good enough. He's not even treating me right. I was like, oh, okay, nigga, I see. Then he dropped some screenshots of the conversation, right? And and then she was like, yeah, like he don't even eat my ass or whatever. And he was like, bitch, I got you, in the screenshot. And I was like, oh, okay, bro. And then the next tweet he tweeted was, yeah, I eat pussy too. And I was like, damn, I don't think you know what that word means, dog. I was like, wait a second, bro. I was like, pussy is a specific gender's asshole pussy.
Maybe he never. And isn't it like bussy and boy pussy are different?
I think is it boy pussy?
Boy pussy.
Yeah.
Pussy is boy pussy.
Yeah, man.
I thought so. I thought you had said they were different at one point.
No. It's the pussy.
Maybe he knew what he was talking about, and he was just admitting to everyone.
Bro, I would not be hard pressed to find that tweet deleted right now.
Yo, live your truth, dog. Live your truth.
Bro, it just made me laugh so much. I was just like, damn, dog. That's not what you meant to say.
It's funny because like pussy just rolls off the lips, but you have to go out of your way to say bussy.
You know what's funny? And pussy is a.
You just made my pussy 3D. Actually, I take that back.
That is not.
We just got the episode title.
No, we cannot make that the episode title. You guys have to remember, the episode titles have to be able to
Pussy's not a bad word. We're good.
be searchable, bro.
How about should we do the thumbnail?
No, fuck the thumbnail, bro. The new rule, the thumbnail just gets found, all right? We're not making the thumbnail
Pussy in
anymore.
3D.
Bro, oh my God. Pussy is a bad word.
Oh.
I feel like
Pussy is a bad
I feel
word.
like Google takes anything that has the suffix ussy as a bad word. So you can put any letter in the beginning of ussy, and Google would be like, oh no. Be like, yo, let me search vussy.
Are you
like,
sure?
No.
Did you mean?
Oh, you do.
Did you mean
Not that?
juicy?
Well, if you look up Crusty, I think it's like Mr. Krabs.
Everyone boo read. Boo.
You fucking suck.
See that Crusty.
Ew, dude. You told a girl I want to see that crusty.
Who's that crusty?
Let me see that crusty crab, girl.
No, that sounds crusty.
So, quick question: is Reed's Coochie Rant and Wonder Woman the same thing on the board?
Yeah,
It can be depending depending where it goes.
Reed's Coochie Rant is called Wonder Woman.
Is that what? Wait, quick question: are fleets also part of that? Is that all one thing?
Dude, I send my fleets full of bussy warriors, and they're ready because they stand for the pussy. The bussy stands for the pussy.
Yo, which social
That's
media
important.
place is the most unique anymore at this point?
None.
No,
Which one of them like stands out?
Oh.
I honestly think, and this one it sucks because it's dying, but I think it's Instagram because it's mainly pictures.
Yeah.
But I guess or Snapchat is similar too.
Because even Facebook, I was saying that to Imani earlier. I was like, you should get on Twitter because like it's pretty much it's pretty much like with Facebook when people would say shit, but it's less embarrassing because you're there to say shit.
People on Facebook still?
I mean,
There's a lot of people on Facebook, unfortunately.
Oh shit!
I'm
went
there
to-
by proxy.
I went to download Facebook on my new phone for some reason because I wanted to attach advertisements or whatever for my Instagram. And you know when you go to download a new app and it'll be like, this many people have downloaded the app. You know what it says next to Facebook? 5B plus. So 5 billion plus people have downloaded Facebook onto their phones. I don't like that shit for some reason. There's something about that.
You know what's crazy?
Rubs me. There's only 7 billion people on Earth. Guys.
You know what's crazy? I'm one of the 2 billion.
Yo, no, 5 billion.
No, I'm one of the 2 billion.
Oh, that hasn't?
Yeah.
Damn,
Nice.
bro, Cam's fucking cool. He's
Are there only
understanding.
7 billion people on the planet?
About.
What do you mean only 7 billion?
I know.
Is
They'll
that
probably
current
be-
numbers?
We are literally overpopulated.
Yeah, it's about 7 billion. It might hit 8 at some point in time, but we're about.
It's funny. I'm easily the most overwhelmed and psyched. I remember being drunk at the waiting room. It was a good day. We finished this shift. We were chilling. You were
Oh, I
like,
hated that day.
we got like this. Fuck you. We got like this hot sauce bourbon, and we drank it. It was a fun day.
Oh, what was
Tabasco.
it? George
Yeah.
Dickel.
George Dickel.
Yeah,
George
that was
Dickel.
okay.
Yeah, like when we walked the whole way home, and I think we just talked about overpopulation the whole way. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, dude. There's too many of us. That's why the coronavirus exists. China's trying to depopulate us so they can take us over.
Yeah, shout out to the Trump virus.
That's
Shout
why
out
we
to-
have to build Atlantis.
Shout out to QAnon.
Who's that?
QAnon, you know, the people who think that all the politicians are
Oh yes, of
stealing
course.
babies
Alex Jones.
and eating them for their adrenochrome.
Pizzas.
Yeah, dude. And that was the opposite side of the whole the Republicans were like some of them really just a bare minimum. They were like Trump, what the fuck? Like there was a lot of the Trumpies being like, Republicans, if you don't stand with us now, you are done. We will never elect you again. Like oh. But it's also kind of scary because they're terrifying people.
I just heard you do 4 different
I was
voices.
about to say that was a couple.
Crazy.
That was crazy.
It's
dude.
me. I'm Griswold.
Everyone boo Reed again. Boo.
Let's get back to the
Coochie red.
Coochie red.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Coochie red.
If you want me to surface your pussy,
Oh
it's
my
not
fucking
allowed.
God,
it's not
dude.
allowed. I've been tied down to one beautiful individual.
Oh,
and
man.
she said, no more pussy for Reed except for Heist. I said, okay, I believe you because I love you the most of all. And I said, I love you the most of all. But let me tell you something. For you and you only, I am the one and only pussy lip conquistador. If you are my mother, I'm so sorry. But at this point, you're going to have to deal with
dude,
this. She's just
you
gonna
know
have to
your
deal with
mom
this.
watches this shit.
I know, but you know what it is? It's been a gradual thing. I'll do crazy shit over the course of my life, and my
Right.
mom goes, "Oh, Reed," and it's just I have to just let it go a
This is
little
it.
bit more.
She made you.
She
It's all
did.
good.
You know what I mean? So in a way, it's her.
She has
It is.
herself to blame.
You know what I mean? It's her. This is her fault. You know what I mean? Oh God, I've missed the podcast, guys.
I have too.
What a stupid thing we do sometimes.
It's
I've been
good
watching,
though.
I've been watching a lot of comedians and a lot of podcasts in the meantime, though, and I'll say it. We're not as funny as them. I'm just kidding, guys. No, I'm not. But
It's a humbling thing too because I want to look up.
What?
Angel took these photos of me at the lake house where I was fucked up, and I just had
yo,
I think Imani's scarf over me, and I just pointed up. He's like, "Where are you going?" Like straight up, bro.
straight up, dude. Straight up. I have really funny pictures of Reed, actually.
You probably have
You were wearing
50.
some crazy. I'm gonna.
bro.
I was laughing at the fact that you just brought the lake house up again on a crazy tangent, but I'm just gonna go on a tangent now. You were wearing some crazy shit for those 4 days.
Yeah,
we were playing Rock Band one night, and Reed just walks out in a skirt and no shirt, and I was like, "Damn, what are you wearing?" And then the next day, Amani comes out in a nice dress, and I'm like, "Yo, Amani, that's such a nice dress." She's like, "Thanks, it's the skirt Reed was wearing yesterday."
Yo, yeah. No, at one point I was doing the rock band stuff. I was like, yo, isn't that crazy? And kicked my leg out, just like, this is my skirt. Like, yeah, I've been trying to get you to notice. Like, thanks for
Yeah,
noticing.
Reed had a lot of cock hanging out during that shit. It was
It's
crazy.
not inherently true. And
You
I
kept
had on
walking
some
out.
Hanes boxes.
You kept walking out with your guys's out of your guys' room with another piece of her clothing, and like just her following you out and just being like, no, Reed, you can't wear that. You're gonna stretch it.
Yep.
And I'm like, yo, Reed,
Yeah.
why you want to wear that blouse, dog?
And I'll come out like, hey, do you think I could fit in this? When Imani is half of my size.
Literally
at
half your
most.
size, yeah.
Like, at least, rather. She's got to be more.
You were freeing yourself at the lake house, bro.
I think I was
Live
freeing
your truth,
myself
Daddy-o.
for all of us.
I guess.
This was good to come back to. It was relieving. In some ways.
Guys, I'm leaving the podcast.
Yeah, I was literally just about to quit, but you quit first. So
This will become.
This will be the last episode.
Yeah, no, I was going to say we'll just keep it.
We're gonna cut it short right now. See you guys.
yeah, what if we called this the last episode?
People will be
Sneaky.
forced to watch it.
And then we were just like, it's not. But
Yeah.
I don't really like that.
Episode 13, it's not.
Yo, let's do a middle finger Mondays.
Yo, yeah.
To the. Oh no, we've done middle fingers before.
Yeah.
How do we do the thumbnail for
Well,
the return?
You
Well,
said we're bringing up the
I will say there was a pretty good thumbnail when you said. Oh.
Jesus Christ, this isn't the thumbnail. I'm just gonna.
That's just a moment of the podcast.
Yeah, if you're listening on Spotify, 89 just unhooked the microphone
We're gonna do
from the
another shot for the
thing.
thumbnail. How about that?
another shot.
Yeah.
You guys,
Oh, fuck.
I'm sorry.
What?
Cameron's a drunk.
Yo. No, Cameron can just handle shit well. I was bonding with Jenna over this. We're like, yeah, he'll get like McDonald's and rip the bong and we'll try to keep up. And we can't. And Cameron's like, just doing his thing. Like, fuck, I wish I could do that.
I eat McDonald's and rip the bong all the time, dude.
We just need
But like a lot.
You a weak boy.
No, like,
Weak boy.
no, I mean, not in general. If we were chilling, but like, we'll be editing and I'll try to go back to it like, man, I'm stoned.
You know
full
what's
of
funny
burgers.
about what we just said? We were just like, yo, eating McDonald's and ripping the bong is not a big deal. But I've watched Reed eat McDonald's
Yeah,
and then
it's
rip
just-
the bong,
it's just
and then
Reed.
Reed's just like, whoa,
It's a big deal for him.
not have eaten all that McDonald's.
Well, it's not that much because I'll usually do that after I like already smoked. Like, fuck it, I'll shred this bong one more time. Wow,
Thank you.
Oh, nice.
I like it.
Put the bottle on yours.
That's definitely the most amount of dead air we've ever had on the podcast, ever just there. Like those like 3 seconds of like nothing. I was gonna cut it off before even I did, but I was just like, let's see how long it goes. I was just like, oh no, this is bad.
Yo, shout
A
out.
dude wearing a hat.
We definitely
It
missed
does.
it. This is the longest episode we've ever had.
How long is
I
it?
felt like it.
And well, actually, there is dead time in the beginning. I forgot about that. So it's probably about an hour 40.
40, yeah. I wanted to go long anyway. It's been a
Yeah.
while. The people miss us. Shout out to Oscar and shout out to Dre Doso, who hit me up a couple times asking about the pod. Shout out to everybody else who's been asking. I know we got a couple listeners, man.
Fuck yeah, which means we'll have some good folks in the future if we take on the guests.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
we-
the few of y'all.
We gotta pull up. If you're interested in being a guest ever while 89 is gone, or just in general, hit us up for sure. Just come say what's up. Also, like, comment, and subscribe on this video and all of our other videos, so that we could, get that good ad money. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Cameron slid something over to Reed. I don't know what
Send
it
me
means.
Took a
nudes.
picture of the microphone, dude. I want to draw a face on it, so I need to log into Photoshop for me so to draw a face on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
In.
That's what's up. But yeah, I think that's it, boys. Are we really gonna do another shot? Because I'm down.
Yeah, I'm down.
We could?
We can finish it off.
Make them regular ones though.
Yeah, so halfway.
I'll tell a story while you pour the shots.
Okay, big
Alright.
shot drinks.
There once was a man. His name was Jose. Jose, he worked day and night as a dishwasher at a taco place.
This is too realistic of a scene.
He wanted to make some money for his daughter because he wanted someone in his family to finally go to college. One day, Jose was working at the taco place that he works at, and a burglar walks inside. And the burglar goes, I need everybody who's in the kitchen to come out. I need your wallets too. And Jose overhears this, and everybody walks outside except for Jose. And Jose's like sitting in the back, and he's like, wow, this could be my chance. I could do this. I could stop this man. I could save the day. Are you done pouring the shots?
Yeah, does Jose save the day?
Nah, Jose is left.
Hey.
Yo, shout out to Jose, a realist.
Shout out to Jose, a realist who just trying to get.
Make your escape.
He's just trying to get his daughter to college.
That's the name of the podcast. Jose, comma, a realist. Cheers.
I'm not gonna ask you guys for the name of the podcast. I'm just gonna come up with one this time.
Fuck yeah, dude. A sneaky guy.
You can't even draw a picture of it. Oh, that's great.
Read us in for the. This is what I'm experiencing, guys.
Yeah.
I feel that. That's beautiful.
Cheers,
That's
boys.
Jose, bro.
Salud.
Salud. Bro.
Post Party Cyph, bro.
Tell them to like, comment, and subscribe.
Like.
Comment.
Subscribe.
And if you're
Now!
on Spotify, share it and add it to a playlist and like it and download it and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And somehow find out a way to give us money directly to our bank accounts.
Yeah.
Do that first, actually.
Fuck Trump.
Fuck Trump. Here we go.
It's all about that boy from Scranton.
Yeah, Michael Dunder Mifflin.
Bye, guys. See you next time.
Okay.
Bye.
If you're watching still, if you're on the YouTubes, check out these videos below.
Check out the videos and subscribe, and then
If you don't watch the videos, then we'll kill your whole family.
That's likely. It's already happened.
I subscribe.